everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with another episode of the great Galleria of Grunrundi, the most alliterative game, perhaps, of all. Trumped only, perhaps, rivaled only by the Tales from the Twisted Tower earlier on today, but it's great to be back here with another game of Viewer Games, so let's go around the cast and crew to figure out who we are and who we're playing today. Let's start out with a wonderful DM, Chelsea. Chelsea, how you doing?
I am doing great. It's almost the weekend. I was just telling our players I'm feeling a death coming on today. Anybody else feeling a death? I'm feeling some death coming on at the Galleria today.
Just some death.
That's
just me every morning.
Not all, not all death, just some death.
Feeling a death going on, amazing. Well, this has been a cast of Encounter Roleplay. We've got Madame Gandalf with us today. Madame, how you doing?
I am doing well. I too am trying to figure out who I am today and where I am going in life, and I feel like we can all relate to that. But hi, I'm Madame Gandalf. I play Ari, the self-absorbed, really overdramatic and incredibly in touch with her feminine wiles character who has just handed her business card over to possibly get herself a daddy, as she was calling it, I believe, last week, as well as telling people that they have the herpes. So,
Business
that kind of
usual.
sums me up.
Yep.
Business as usual.
It's a normal day for Ari, amazing. Well, speaking of which, we have Scraticus with us today. Scraticus, how you doing, my friend?
Well, apart from contracting the harpies, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm playing Fergus, who was a young, naive little gnome who came out on a quest to enlighten maybe or better himself, and has turned out killing lots of people, beating up kids in the street, stealing nice clothes and having fancy shoes. So I think the Wild Magic Surge is I can no longer hold my fakeness or something. Withhold my fakeness. I can't remember, but yeah, I've gone on a rocky road.
Yeah, it's been a journey for Fergus, and it's been like 5 episodes or something. I love it.
It's gone downhill quickly.
Yeah,
in the stock markets.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, he's like the value of the pound. It's just, woo, down it goes. Amazing. We have some viewers joining us today. We have, down the bottom there, we've got Christenic Shard. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. I was a simple forest elf that happened to fall into a giant hole that led into, next thing you know, a underground store, and apparently I'm here to rob people. So, hoping for the best and not to get herpes.
That's it's occupational hazard when you go to the Great Galleria, I think. Amazing. We have
any hole.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You got Urban Lady with us today. Urban Lady, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'll be playing Alethra today, which is one of the triplets of one of the triplet drows. Basically, she's the big sister of the three. She's the big sister of Narena, so she looks exactly the same. And even more noble drow. So insults are probably gonna happen.
Yep, I can see it now.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Incredible. Thank you, Urban. And we have Burger King with us today. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good, Will.
Good to have you on.
Thanks.
And you're playing. I don't think have we met Vendus before?
Yeah, Vendus got offered. He's changed a little bit since the last time we met back in Shoals of Borga. He's now a half-elf fighter. He's pretty neutral, and finally, he's got stats. Because I remember the last time he had literally no stats, little equipment, and now he has stats and equipment. And so I'm pretty much prepared for this game.
Nice, man, stats. Love it. As for myself, I will be playing Finbar, the half-elf bard. Friend, companion to Ari. Can't remember Fergus a lot of the time. He is a pants and panties salesman by day, and a pants and panties remover by night. Very beautiful on the outside, very ugly on the inside, vacuous, and not much to Finbar. But he's here at the Great Galleria. He wasn't here last week. He took a week off, and he went and spent some money down at the his new stores, his new enterprise at the tavern. But he's back today, and he's ready, so ready to die. And probably he's the reason that you all have herpes. So yeah, you can blame me for that one. Nice. Before we dive into today's game, a shout out to our sponsors, D&Dice.co.uk. They've just got a bunch of new metal dice back in stock, so I recommend you go check out their website. A bunch of dice that were unavailable before. Some beautiful metal dice, and hey, it's getting closer to Valentine's Day. Come on, guys, we've gotta show them the D, show them that D, show them the dice, and show them that love. 5% off encounter roleplayer discount. There you go. You can interact with today's show. If you haven't followed yet, hit the follow button and join us. I looked the other day, in fact, just a moment ago, and we're like a couple of followers away from 20,000 followers here. So that's going to be pretty fucking sick. If you haven't followed the show, let's make it happen. Let's hit that 20k today. I think we're about to hit 10k on YouTube today as well. Yeah, we're like 2 away on YouTube. So 10k on YouTube, 20k on Twitch. Pretty awesome day. There's a tweet for you guys. 20 retweets, viewer decision, and of course you can donate to affect the game. Give players net 1s, net 20s, wild magic surges, and this month's table is the table of bad things. There are some bad things on this table, my friends. Enjoy them. I hand over to Chelsea to remind us of what happened last time on the Great Galleria of Grunrindi.
Chaos. That's what happened last time. It was chaos.
Good.
It was chaos. Yeah, no. So you guys started out at your is that last time? Yeah, you started out at your rundown tavern at the end of the food court district, standing over the body of a gnome that jumped to her death. Am I correct? Was that game?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Good. So we're beginning to run together your chaos. Yeah, you found out a little bit of information, but not a whole lot. You guys traveled forth, and I believe got wrapped up in the annual fashion show happening in the fashion district, run by the high elf that kind of has whispered to be the owner of that district. There was a sloth involved, specifically as the inspiration for his granddaughter's annual fashion show. And for some reason, our team decided it was a good idea to assume the roles of the bodyguards / models that he hired. They just accepted the contract without reading it. They had no idea what they were walking into. And the fashion show ensued. Their one job was to protect his granddaughter, who was attacked at the end of the runway and pulled beneath the ground of the Galleria by a creature who vomited molten gold. And I think you guys followed him upstairs because you completed your contracts and somehow managed to frickin' save her. He handed you a slip of paper with a name on it that you failed to ever open. And you broke out the windows in his penthouse. Somewhere around the time you cast darkness, and his bodyguards snatched him up and ran away with him.
Amazing. Well, before we dive into it, Isriva's got something to say here. Unfortunately, there may be some bad things about to happen. Isriva donates £38. Holy shit, there's some badness coming. Let me find this here.
Oh my God.
God damn it, Joe.
Look, I already had bad things on sticky notes. I have plenty of bad things.
Yeah, there are two.
More stickies.
Oh, man, 2 wild magic surges for Alifra, 2 for me, 1 for Ari, 1 boss monster for you, Chelsea, and a critical fail for Genesis. Damn it! God damn it, Isriva. Well, thank you for that.
Okay, great.
We have some D10,000.
I made it out clean. I made it out clean, guys.
You did. I feel bad at this point picking on Fergus. Like, between the sickness, your herp. Make sure to type /R to roll it.
There you go. I'll start looking these up.
There you go. Nice.
All right. So Genesis. Oh, that's a D100,000 actually.
Oh. I'd love to see a D100 table or 100,000 table. Jesus Christ.
All right. So Finbar's. Okay, Finbar roll 2792. If I'm wearing a magic ring, which I probably am, I feel 100 degrees colder. I'm so cold. It's freezing.
All right.
Yeah.
These delicates are not warm enough.
Oh, this is great for Ari. The next potion imbibed by Ari makes her overwhelmingly beautiful.
Oh. Okay.
I've got a new potion, Ari. Amazing.
Okay.
This works too well with the character.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next creature slain by Alifra is avenged by 10d10 kobolds.
What? Yes!
That's awesome. And then 5148, let's see this one here. Target asserts that the wages of sin aren't really death. Weird.
But
So poetic.
So poetic, yeah, even writing a
I
poem.
feel the angst in the air. Do you guys
Yeah.
feel the angst?
Yeah, amazing. Christenix, if you could roll a d10,000, you got a d 100,000 there. You're off the charts at the moment. You're in uncharted territory.
Thank you.
Nobody's that brave.
That dice that I had was just
Yeah, it was a big dice.
It was a big old dice.
circle.
Yeah.
Each ball.
Very big.
There you go, like so, and you can copy that one out there. God damn it, it's Reaver. That's a lot of tens. It's a lot of tens.
It is. The zeros, man. They always get me.
So I'm feeling really cold. Ari's about to be beautiful. Elifra's about to be avenged by 10d10 kobolds.
What do you
And
mean
it's-
about to be?
oh yes, I mean already a delightful darling. I don't know what I
So
overcome.
while we're rolling our last magic searches, I guess I'll paint the picture, as my Bob Ross might say. So Ari and Fergus are now standing in the settling dust in pitch black, magic blackness, dark, like just dark. It is dark. You hear the scutter of the feet of these these half orcs as they scoop up the elf man, sling him over their shoulder, and you hear them hop out down to the second story down. You hear them go thud to get him out of the situation. And you guys are left literally standing in the darkness. How would you like to continue?
Yeah, that's right. You better run.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, what the little one said.
I really used to hear.
Ari's gonna just start like flailing kind of in front of her a bit. Mostly probably aiming low to see if she can find Scrat.
Nice.
And then Puri pokes him in the eye by accident when she finally does
Jabba.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're feeling around, you manage to come across your slip of paper and the contract.
Well, I can't read it in the dark.
No, you can't. You just kind of feel like the crumpled paper under your hands.
Okay, I think I found the contract thing. I found something. Fergus, can you see anything at all? Can you get us out of here?
No, I can't see anything. This must
What
be
kind
magical
of a-
darkness. I can't see anything.
So you hear a faint pitter of footsteps that exits this penthouse that you're standing in, and as those feet exit, the darkness dissipates.
Oh, Harry, there you are. Sorry.
Little bit too close.
Sorry.
This place is a disaster. There's glass everywhere. Because remember, I believe it was the sword that exploded, the cold sword that exploded and exploded all the glass. So glass everywhere, there's debris. You can hear people on the bottom story of the fashion district downstairs. Oh, what happened? And we're actually gonna cut down to the ground and roll things back a little. So Vindus and Gyrenius, did I get that right? No, I didn't. Say it again.
Gyronesis.
Okay, Gyronesis. Ooh, I like that. Okay, he.
It's like a band name.
Yeah.
Oh, by the
Yeah,
way,
right,
Gyronesis' Wild Magic said, if you ever wear a magic ring, your ears and nose will fall off. My advice?
Are you wearing a magic ring?
Say no.
yeah, I was like,
No.
I'm gonna give him one.
Okay. I was about to somebody give him a magic ring. Okay. So you two are hanging out in the fashion district of the Galleria of Grunrundi. And I would like for the both of you to go around and just quickly tell me, you guys kind of told me earlier what you're doing here, but what exactly brings you to the fashion district in particular before we move forward? Yeah.
It smells awful down here. I'm finding a new face mask. Like,
And it's
completely
pretty noisy
off. Like,
down
the
here.
muskiness of here is just beyond my character. I cannot help this. I need a face mask.
Yeah. So you're having this conversation with yourself out loud in the fashion
Yes.
district, and you turn to your left, and Ventus is standing there having almost the exact same conversation with himself. It's like friendship meant to be. Yes,
You
it's like
understand me.
and as you guys
And
are
I understand you.
as you're kindling your friendship over the smell of the fashion district, glass burst over your head and rains down. And I'm gonna actually have each of you make a dexterity roll, along with some of the people in the crowd down.
Okay, so that is the mod number, right? So that's
Yeah, so you can pull your character sheet up directly and click on it, whatever the roll is, or you can type it in if you'd prefer.
I'm just gonna click it.
Yep. Sometimes clicking it with the dice panel is easy too. So 15. Okay, you manage. It's almost like you can hear the sparkling glass like raining down, and you manage to like kind of roll out of the way.
Oh, one more reason I need a mask.
So yep. Okay, and a 9. Oh, you don't make it, and you manage to get your hands up, which is good, but your forearms. What kind of armor are you wearing?
I'm wearing chainmail.
Oh, okay, you're good. You do manage to get your hands up, and the good news is it doesn't like cut you, but glass like rains down on top of you. And as you almost right after that watch 2 half-orcs with a very royal elf slung over their shoulder jump down from the penthouse above you, 3 stories up, to the 2nd floor and begin running off.
I bet they need a face mask.
They need to face it. Yeah. Finbar, you're also in this mess.
Oh God, of course I am. Just minding my
course you
own
are.
business, yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
You hear them say face mask, or misunderstand face mask for underwear.
You're
And
looking.
you think- yes.
Yes, you're in the business of doing the business. Understood. My name is Finbar the Bard. A pleasure to meet you. Perhaps you'd like to look into my latest lines. And I kind of, I open up my jacket pocket, and you can see the array of underwear that I have here. What about satanic
Merchant
sin?
from
I'm not
Resident
putting that on
Evil
my
4.
face.
Yes. Yes, well, any of these will, I believe you gentlemen would enjoy a great deal. These I call unholy dominance.
Is that where my nose goes?
Could do. Wouldn't.
So as
it
this
a
conversation's
nose.
happening, Ari, you hear a strangely familiar voice beyond the kind of like rumble of people chattering about the broken glass, trying to sell underwear.
I can hear something about panties.
He's near. You like sniff the air. He's not far.
I smell somebody is talking about we have to go, Fergie. I can hear panties, and you know what that means. Either a huge discount is happening, or we may have found Finny.
Who is Finbar again?
Don't you dare.
You guys walk to the edge of the
Like all
penthouse.
have like the worst dementia.
You can gingerly walk to the edge of the penthouse and look down, and sure enough, there is Finbar standing with 2 people you've never seen before, attempting to sell them his underwear.
New subscription-based model.
Yeah, right. It's a pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid
Now,
scheme.
what I want to tell you now, first of all, is this definitely isn't pyramid selling.
Right. I can tell you, I have made so much money thanks to selling Finbar's delicates.
I turn and I look at
Ari.
this new entry and I'm like, who are you? And why are you selling me men's underwear with this man?
But this isn't just any underwear.
Not strictly
this
men's
is-
underwear.
I assume it's worn underwear.
It's a stylistic choice.
Mhm.
Just like ripped jeans, these are torn delicates.
I turn back to Ventus and I repeat, why we need face masks.
Ari,
And I think face masks are a good investment.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I could use a face mask too. My complexion is awful.
Who are you?
Don't show people.
Oh, so.
Harry,
sorry,
might I
Harry.
ask what you and Fergus are doing here?
We were just in a fashion show and then everything exploded.
Oh yeah, we'll still be dressed like
Oh
Like,
yeah, we still dressed
Like
as
sloths.
sloths.
God,
Yeah.
okay.
You are still dressed like sloths. And you as you're saying this, you realize you still have the contract. The unopened slip of paper in your hand.
You look fantastic, darling. What have you done with this? What have you done? I think is my question.
Oh,
I've
thank you,
been
Finbar. I feel fantastic.
Not you.
Oh.
I've been just taking it slow, man. It's cool.
I like it. What's that piece of important-looking paper you have in your hand?
Huck, what is that paper that you have upon your hand,
How
Ari?
strange.
Well, let me tell you, Finbar. I
Please.
have here.
I
the
don't think it's
contract.
important. Do we have to open it? I mean,
Did I hear
you
a
know,
contract?
we haven't
I'm
opened it this far.
Curious.
Yes, you know the man who Ari's gonna toss off the sloth thing.
Yeah.
No,
She's
don't
over
know.
it. When we decided to do this fashion show, we did it for the daughter of that one guy everybody was telling us that we had to talk to. He's kind of like the big deal, big whatever. Anyway, he gave us a contract and then he was whisked away and there's explosives and things happened. And I don't know, but I have a piece of paper and I haven't read it yet.
What was he
Maybe let's read it out loud together.
You like just whole hand, like one hand on each side.
Teamwork makes a dream.
Whoever holds
Holds
this
this
contract.
Go.
So you've looked through the contract, and as you open it back up, you remember a few things. That they had 2 jobs, right? Protect the princess. But in return for it, you're not only going to get paid in gold, but in which he never gave you. You are also going to get paid in information. And the information was written. The name of a woman was written on a slip of paper.
That's right, a woman.
Yes, in the alchemical district.
Did you ever get this? The woman's name?
I believe I got it on a slip of paper.
Which is still not open!
Another piece of important-looking paper, Ori.
Apparently.
Maybe we should open it together and read it out loud.
So,
Sesame Street.
Harry, you are so bad at adventuring. This is why you need me
Agatha
here.
Christie, turning in a grave.
Oh, look, a clue, said the mystery gang as they walked past it. Oh, boy, school, we better look at that clue.
Let me put on
I don't
my
know,
reading
gang.
glasses. Let's go, gang. Okay.
I don't know
And
about
today's
this.
name of the day is.
It has 2 words on it. Handwritten, it says Celia Caldus.
A name.
A name!
Goodness, seems like a clue.
Who would have thought that?
Seems like someone wanted us to find this, Ari.
I say, if you want to find her, I want to find her. May
It
I?
seems like someone wanted us to seal the deal.
Celia Medelia.
Never do that.
This game's going nowhere.
Why?
We're just round robin today. I can feel it.
I have a plot-related question. Why did we
Shut
go
up.
to the guy anyway? we went to visit him for a reason, I thought, and then I got distracted by the pretty lady.
Yeah.
And the clothes.
Not the underwear.
And the clothes. and the
blue
shoes.
t-shirt.
My God, the shoes. Have you seen them, Finbar?
Yeah.
He does have
I want
pretty
him to let them answer that before I do.
I would.
Good.
I'd like to do a sleight of hand to see if I can take the paper mid-conversation to look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and make that roll. Do you want to roll against Amari?
I think she's too busy being distracted by
To care.
like,
So,
How do I do sleight of hand? It's a 1d20 plus.
you
5
can just,
sleight of
I was
hand.
about to say, yeah, plus your sleight, or you can just roll that dexterity.
Yeah.
You can just click on it.
Yep, there you go. So a 13. So yeah, if she's not fighting you on it, you kind of it right out of her hand and you open it up and it does have this woman's name on it. Ari, you're reminded that he told you she was located in the alchemical district. And he hinted at you maybe letting him know what she has to say because she may have a cure to the fantasy hurt, as it were.
So if I'm getting this straight, we have to go and find the Celia woman in the alchemical district for clues and also to cure what could or could not be known as space or fantasy herpes.
Yes.
I can show you them, Finbar. Look, it's just over here.
I don't want to see your space herpes.
Do you pull it back and show him?
Yeah, sure. Look, Finbar.
When you pull it back, you begin to, Finbar, you see it for the first time. It is like spread all the way past his elbow at this point. And no longer is it just green, it's beginning to like formate into like a scaly, it's like peeling like a snake almost, and it's beginning to get thick overlaid scales coming from underneath his skin.
And this looks like the
slightly disturbing look at the sight of that herpes.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. What were you saying, Will?
This reminds me of the plague that seems to be upon the people in this land. The longer they stay here, they get this strange scaly thing upon them, and they all become obsessed with gold. So, finding a cure.
Masks.
Not sure where that comes in, but sure. We need to find this lady Celia in the alchemical district as soon as possible.
I'm not addicted to gold. Not at all.
You were very, very attracted to the more finest of fabrics. It's just a step forward from there, really. I mean, have you seen your shoes? They're the most pretentious things on...
I
think at this point, like, Fergus is gonna step like really close and maybe start glowing or something, and just be like,
"Yeah, these shoes are amazing."
So you guys, you know you need to be headed in a direction, and there's nothing left for you here. Most of the fashion show is being cleared from the event, and you're able to begin exiting. And we actually have a viewer decision.
Oh yeah.
Viewer decision. Viewers, there is a raffle going on. Like a giveaway. What is being given away in the fashion district?
Oh. Give it away now.
Haha!
Alright, what's being given away underneath that line there in chat, my friends?
And so, yeah, you guys are traveling, and Fergus, you're, you know, you have wanted to be and come to the fashion district since you got here. Since you traded those damn squirrels. And you're finally here. And something's rising in you. Something deep inside of you. So I'm going to have you roll another... Yeah. I'm going to have you roll another constitution. Since you are sick.
Sick, bro.
Oh, it's a fail. You become really overwhelmed to complete your outfit. You now have a snazzy jacket and these mimic shoes that can look any way you want them to. Whatever Finbar, or whatever Fergus wants, Fergus gets.
Yeah. I need, what do I need? I need a new jumper and trousers and a tie, a bow tie. I need a bow tie.
and he's just gonna dash off into the crowd.
Oh, the idea of you with a bow tie, Fergie, I have to admit.
Come back here. Don't leave us.
I was about to say, he bolts. Anybody can try, if you guys want to try to reach out and grab him, or stop him, somebody can. Or
There's no reason to grab that herpy.
Nope, I do not want to touch Fergus.
Now that you want to reach out and try to grab him?
No, I'm not gonna reach out.
Oh, okay. Nobody wants to touch Fergus.
Natural defenses, yeah.
Off he goes.
Okay, so off he goes, and you
he
start
was
kind of like
never
pushing
seen
through
again.
people. You start like pushing through people, and you're searching for what's the first item you want to search for, and we'll roll a perception to see if you can find it.
So I will probably be looking for less things and more colors, and I'll home in from there. So like the more sporadic and various the colors, the more I'm attracted to it.
Okay, so roll a perception.
My coat of many colors.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Here we go.
Oh!
Okay. With a nat 20, it is like you are drawn to this one store, which is full of fantasy rave clothing. They're like neons and this like weird stretchy material. There's like all kinds of, shiny things. Some are covered in feathers. The store is just the brightest colors you've ever seen. They don't even look natural.
Oh my God, look at these. I didn't know purple came that bright. Oh, and it's got sequins too. Ah!
And this kind of a thin, very elf walks over. She's wearing very little to show off what the store has to offer. And she goes, can I help you?
Yes, you can. I need your finest clothes, and I need them now. I need trousers, I need a jumper, and I need, if you have one, I can see flashing lights. I need a bow tie with flashing lights. Can you provide me a bow tie with flashing lights?
She's like, do you even know where you are? Of course I can. And she's like, you're weird, but as long as you can pay. And she begins like walking, and she's like going through a few things, and she pulls a few things off, and she hands you a stack of clothes that's like almost as tall as you, and on the very top is the bow tie, and she's like, well, are you gonna like try them on? I don't really know that we usually carry things in your size.
It's okay, I have a sewing kit. As long as I've got the fabric, we're fine.
Do you want to try any of it on, or even see what she gave you, or is it just enough that she gave you something?
He'll probably run off to a like dressing room and start messing around with stuff.
Okay, so yeah, you go in and you kind of like look at the sprawl. She's given you what looks like a man unitard. Oh, cat. She's giving you like a man unitard. That's as close as they would have to like coveralls. She's definitely given you this extraordinarily brightly colored shirt that's got a very low cut man V in it, and there is a sparkly bow tie as well, and then there's a pair of, I wouldn't say spandex, but they're more like leather, and they've been dyed this bright purple color.
So Fergus is going to put on probably, you mean it's like a mankini, the first thing sort of thing? Yeah. So he's going to assume that this is like a vest top or something. So he's going to put that on first and then put the shirt on over the top. But like with the wide thing, he's not going to understand that. So he's going to try and pull it tight and do it up with the bow tie, thinking that's how it works. And then of course the spandex is going on. He's tucking in, he's putting his shoes on, he's got his coat on, and he's like,
I look fabulous.
Just for my knowledge, just roll a flat charisma check. Just because I want you to.
For me.
At a 17 with a nat 20 as your other, you look so fucking good, Fergus. Not only do you feel good, man, you look great.
Even I can't
You look
resist.
fantastic.
Oh, no.
Yeah, even Finbar can't turn down your herp now.
Jesus Christ.
And you're able to even throw your
The
blue
herp
stuff
touch.
back on and your mixed shoes. The urge you had to fulfill has been met, and you kind of come down out of the, this almost ferocity, and the redness in your eyes like dissipates, and she comes down and she's like, so I guess you like everything? Are you gonna like pay?
Yeah, of course. How much is it?
Oh, well, let's see. It's like, she like punches some things on, and she's like, it's like 125 gold.
And like Fergus has no perception of money, and he got a lot of it at the in the
He
inn.
did.
So he's literally just like,
Oh, okay,
what? He's gonna pull out this massive sack of gold from like a pocket and be like,
1, 2, 3, 4,
She's like,
5. Hold this, please.
and she comes in, she's like, let me help you with that. And she like quick counts it. Clearly she does this a lot. And she like pushes it, and she's like, you're good. Like, you're good. And you're able to leave the store with ease, looking like, I feel like you're like walking back, and you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man.
even better,
Like,
before he gets there, before he gets to the walk, he's probably gonna like put his coin bag away and be like,
Hey, I've got a lot of gold, and my friends, they can't keep up. What are you doing right now?
She's like, are you like talking to me?
Have you seen me? Of course I'm talking to you.
She has that moment where she touches her neck. She's like, well, there's like a consideration. She's like, I'm kind of on shift.
How much do you get paid an hour?
Wow.
Are you propositioning? The girl she just works in a dress shop, dude. He's like,
Those dress shop
he's like,
girls.
I mean, there's gotta get you a dress shop girl.
Well, you're not wearing black leather and you don't smell of fish, so I guess you'll be okay.
He just want to put something off the rack, you know? It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you do look hot. I mean, she's like, well, I mean, I get like, 10 copper pieces an hour.
Okay, well, I'll give you a couple of gold. Let's go and do something fun.
You like, want me to come hang out with you? Are you? And then she like gets really close and she's like, I like don't hang out with guys that aren't clean. Have you been like tested recently?
Well, I had my first pint. That was a bit of a trial.
She's like, no, like tested for, and she whispers in your ear.
Super sexy.
Oh, do you mean this?
And she goes, ah! And lets out a scream and immediately like runs to the back office and like locks the door. And you're left standing alone.
Arms, flail it around.
I might stop showing.
10 gold. 10 gold.
Is that just what Fergus does? Because I'm just curious.
Oh my god.
So Fergus is probably gonna like say out loud to himself,
Maybe I won't show this to so many people. They seem to run away.
Yes, you realize something in that moment, that it doesn't matter how hot you are. If you have the herp, they're saying no.
Just take it from one who knows.
Lesson learned today.
Take it from one who knows.
I'm sure Finbard had some good advice on this once.
You think back, never tell them, Fergus.
Oh my god.
The first rule about herpes is you don't tell them about
We don't talk about herpes.
I guess the theme for this adventure is herpes for some reason. Herpes.
I'm getting concerned. Why am I here?
I'm broken. So, okay. Fergus has a personal come to Jesus moment on his way back about showing his herpes to everybody.
It's like the Spider-Man 3 montage walk back, and Fergus is now like slick back and
You're super suave. And oh my god, I'm crying, you guys. And I'm a mess. So what was our viewer decision? What did we officially decide on?
I whispered you.
Did you whisper me? You whispered.
I whispered, herpes.
Okay. So, you guys, Fergus like bumps into you as you continue your kind of trek through the fashion district. He is so brightly colored. It's like if you plucked a freaking like parrot. Like everything underneath him is just brightly colored. He's got this blue jacket, these purple leather freaking pants, this yellow onesie unitard where he's got this other shirt over top, this almost iridescent bow tie that looks like it flashes in the lights. And his mimic shoes, which do they have a form right now, Fergus? You're muted.
Yeah, today he will be sporting almost completely covered in red rhinestone, just straight flats with a small like maybe cotton like tie on the top, like
yeah, just really quaint. Okay, so you guys see Fergus walk up, and about that time, as you guys kind of reconvene, you hear somebody just off to your left here say, step right up, try your chances, and win magic rings.
I go over there.
Nice. Love it. You like push your way through the crowd, and you step up, and there are a few other people that have stepped up, and you can see that they have set up this booth. It's actually very long. It's about 25 feet, and at the very end is a giant tank, and they have one of the guides. And she's literally, you can see this guide like smiling, this mask smiling as it sits there, and They say, hit the target, dunk the guide, win a ring.
Bendis suspects that this is very suspicious. This all seems pretty shady.
Yeah.
Do it.
The guide goes, hi, I'm guide number 197. I'm so pleased to be here today.
I bet you are. What kind of rings are available?
The one goes, magic ones?
Yes.
And he literally holds up a bag full of magic rings. It's like a bag.
I'd like to do something. I'd like to do something real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Right as they're about to put away that bag, I want to reach into my backpack and pull out a giant bag full of oh god, what is it? It was like ball joint pin rings, and I want to swap. I want to swap the bags.
You want to try to sleight of hand it out of his hand with everybody looking at it?
No. When he puts it down, I want to.
Oh, okay. Well, he's holding it. Like he's like, step right up, win some rings.
Okay.
Then he like opens it and shows you guys that it's basically a random draw. You draw and I'll random up a ring. But he's like, there are frost rings and fire rings and rings of buoyancy and all kinds of rings. Step right up.
I have a bag of 1,000 ball bearings, and I'd like to slide them and it
out of his hand. All right, if he's
when he sets it down,
he's not setting it down. That's what I'm telling you. He's holding it in his hand. Step right up, win a ring. He's like, it's part of his like gimmick to show people what they could win. Yeah.
Okay.
But if he turns his back,
I will sleight of hand.
I was about to say you could probably sleight of hand him if he turns his back.
At first chance, I'm going for that.
He says, anybody, and he actually notices you noticing him noticing the bag, and he points to you, he says, you, sir, I can tell you look like one lucky fella. Step right up, hit that target, dunk the guy, win a ring.
Stop.
I step right up, right past him, and I hit the target with my hand.
Oh, you have to walk 25 feet. I was gonna say, you're gonna have to walk 25 feet. And
It was unclear.
And the guide, I was about to say, he's gonna reach out for you at least to try to make a dex save on you. It may not
Can I try to? Okay, I'm gonna try to beat his dex.
Yeah, absolutely. He rolled a 2, so I don't foresee that being difficult.
Okay, how am I rolling against this?
You also just roll a dex.
Okay.
Just whatever your d20 is plus your modifier.
Oh, geez, that's gonna suck for him. Okay.
A 15. Yeah, so you're able to just like slide right past him. You walk to the end, hit it. You hear the guy go, oh no! As it boinks into this giant tub and vat of water, and it comes to the top like swimming. This half orc reaches in, and the guy goes, no, not with your hand. You must hit it with these balls. And he holds up like 4 almost marble balls. And he says, hit it with the ball, win a ring. It's easy game. It's an easy game.
Is nobody going to take this man's balls to win his sack?
I'll try.
Normally,
I'm
I'm
put your
down.
hand in it.
I'll try again. Damn.
Oh boy.
No specification here.
Normally, I'm down for activities that make anybody wet, but I'm not really into things that involve splooshing and then whooshing. So
He says there will be a sploosh and a whoosh. Anybody else?
I go back to the counter and I offer up to play once.
All right. He hands you a ball and he says, "See this line right here? Don't cross the line." He like looks you really close in the eye and he says, "Now, try to hit that target. Try to hit that target." So I'm gonna just roll it using your strength because you have to lob this marble. It's about the size of a baseball. This like marble baseball at it. I'll take your dex or your strength or even athletics if that's better for you. I don't really know what you're saying.
My dex is probably the best. It's
okay. Yeah, then we'll take that one.
Yeah.
So give me that roll and let me know what it is. Oh, a 22!
Damn.
Bullseye! And as it like you see it? It drops that I mean, the guide just got back up there, and it's like, "Hi, I'm guide number." Boink. Like hits the water mid-sentence. The orc reaches back in, this poor tortured guide, and sets it right back up there as if it has a single purpose for the day. This is its only purpose. And he says, "Very good, sir. You win a ring." And he opens it up, and people are like oohing and awing because it was just like a solid bullseye. Reach in and draw a ring.
All right. I reach in and I grab a basic ring, the first ring that I see and grab.
Okay, great. You pull it out, and it's a gold ring, and it's really beautiful. It's a very simple gold ring, but you can tell through the center of it runs a band. Let's see. I'm gonna pick. Yeah, this is a good one. And it's got this like red line that runs through the center of it. You can try to identify it yourself, or you can have somebody else identify it if you'd like to know what it does.
I take the ring and I turn to Fergus and I go, "Fergus, the apparel. Would you like this ring?"
Okay, so again, could you just give me a quick description of the ring? Does it have any jewels on it?
It
gold
does not.
with a red ring.
Yeah, with like a red banding down the center. It is really beautiful, and it is very gold. And actually, I'm gonna have the both of you make just opening the bag and seeing that many rings and having the opportunity to put your hand in there and feel all those gold rings. Both of you roll me a Constitution.
Sure.
Sure. Fergus, damn it, Fergus. Yeah, you basically start. Yeah, like it like starts to rage in you again, and you want this ring. You just make it. You can feel that same. It's almost like a furious greed overtake your body as it begins to move up, and so you got it in your hand, and you are so pleased to have it. But Fergus, you want that ring, and you don't want to have to work to get it.
Oh, no, hang on. Do I get a save because of magical influence?
I'll just tell him you don't need it.
Fergus, are you doing anything to the ring?
Keep it PG, Fergus. Keep it PG.
Come on.
He's going down there.
I've had.
Oh, mercy.
Leave list to the experts, Fergus.
Oh.
Snatch my hand back.
Fergus,
Never mind.
do you want me to inspect your ring?
I would like you to pass me that ring, please.
No.
And I'm going to cast suggestion.
Oh! And you're gonna have to roll against him.
Okay.
Oh.
That will be a wisdom saving throw.
So give us that wisdom save, and let's see. What does he got to beat, Strat?
PvP.
Not high. It's 13. It's only 13.
Oh! Not right.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, that can't be right. So it's the art roll d20 plus...
That's clearing there.
There you go. Okay, 9. Does not beat whatever it is, and you are suggested into, like, you just can't help yourself but pass the ring off to Fergus.
You need this in your life.
Who was supposed to have the ring?
I was. I just handed it off to Fergus.
Oh, wait, but you had it in your hand.
I did.
Okay, so for the period of time, Fergus, that he had it in his hand, you notice that you don't see his ears, his nose. They just kind of like invisible out. And then when he passes you the ring, they come back to
You just got Michael Jackson.
It's not my concern.
Now,
I was thinking that they would literally fall off, like they would just slide right off.
Would you like to try to identify it, Scrat, the ring? Or do you even care? Because the moment it gets in your hand again, that envy subsides.
Straight on the finger. It belongs on my finger.
Okay, so you slide it on. It doesn't do anything to you when you put it on.
Racist ring.
I can't remember how suggestion works. I think he might know once the condition's performed. So how is Jiren looking now? You've known
Correct.
I've just magically taken this off you.
Yeah, he just forced you into submission, basically, to give him the ring.
Okay.
Boys, fighting over rings again.
The guy stands up and says, "I still have 3 balls."
Well, that's one more than I have.
You should talk to a doctor about that.
Seriously. You might have something.
He says, "Nobody wants to throw my marble balls and win a prize."
Tempting offer, but I'm trying to stay on the on the down low for now.
Perhaps I could give it a shot.
By all means, sir. And he passes you one of the marble balls.
My days
While
of
he's
ball
doing
fondling
that, I
are
want to
behind me.
perform sleight of hand.
While he's like
I want to swap
communicating
the
with you.
bag now. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll the sleight of hand.
Madame Gandalf can roll a D100 because Kent donates £10. The table of bad things for Madame.
What bad things happened last time? Did I miss a table of bad things last time, or did we get to those? I
We
can't remember.
don't think we've had a table of bad things yet.
Oh, we haven't. Okay,
Not
maybe
today.
I made that up in my brain.
I
Maybe
got-
I wanted a thing to happen so
Yeah,
bad.
you see what you want to see.
I see what I want to
I
see.
really hope I take these rings.
So an 18 was your sleight of hand.
69.
Sorry, the number.
You rolled
of
a
course.
69.
Ooh.
Not only did I get to have the whole beautiful potion thing today, but also I rolled a 69, and so I will take it.
Yeah, 69. A snake is found coiled near your camp. If approached, it slithers away, leaving a nest of 2d4 plus 2 red eggs. Ooh.
Okay, well,
So
Snake
if
is
we get
naked.
back to the tavern, I guess there will be eggs.
there will be snake eggs.
Snakes
There
have
will be snake eggs.
snakes have taken over our tavern.
Which is not a surprise
God,
at this point, since you still haven't claimed it. Okay, so let me try to go through this in order since a lot just happened. So we get, you decide to step up and throw the ball. What did you roll on that, strength or athletics?
Oh, I didn't roll yet.
Oh, you didn't roll yet. Go ahead and roll for me. At an 18, you do manage. Let me just make sure I don't roll a...
That was Jurassic.
I rolled a 19. He feels you fondling his sack and decides that you can't have it and pulls it away from it. He says, "Sir, what are you doing?
Unhand his sack at once.
Unhand my sack at once. You only get to put your hand there if you win by throwing my balls."
I want to do something real quick. Okay, he didn't see the action of me taking it. He only felt it and
That's
looked.
true.
So I want to be holding my bag, and I want to be holding it up and going, "Sir, this is your bag. That is my bag." And I want to try to trick him to take it anyhow.
Okay.
And I want to say that's tied, so that mine's tied and that his is untied at the moment. So in order for him to check, he has to open it.
I say,
Okay, so let's do the... Yeah, go ahead.
Ari, I think we're getting fixated on this man's sack and balls. Wasn't there a woman we were meant to do something?
Yeah, I mean, as tempting as it is to linger upon the sack and balls, I do want to get to the root of this story.
Yes.
So,
Let's get to the base.
I felt a plot when I woke up this morning.
I
Right.
felt a plot.
Right now, we're on the
you
base.
know.
We need to get right to that tip.
Okay, so he very quickly opens his up. There's a bunch of rings there. He says, "No, this is my sack. That is your sack. And your friend just rolled a... What did you roll, Vindus?
19.
A
I still haven't rolled anything yet. All this transpiring, I still haven't rolled anything. Should I
roll.
No.
We gotta know if you can also
We need
draw
to
rings.
quit shafting this guy and move on.
Wait. Athletics? Athletics?
You can take athletics if it's if you get proficiency, that'd probably be the way to go.
Yeah, I'll take athletics.
Cool, make it happen. At 15, it's not quite as strong of a toss, but it still hits the like target. It's not right in the middle, but it hits it. That a giant marble ball. The guy drops in plunk, and pulled them out. He reaches over and says, "Well, sir, you win a ring. Congratulations."
Well, I'll be.
Oh, buddy.
Reach in and pull out whichever one you want. Tell me what you want it to look like.
Okay, so I just stick my hand in there, kind of twirl it around a little bit, try and mix in. Then I just pull a random one out, and it appears to look silver with it maybe like a little gem on top, something like that. I think maybe it looks like. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's Chris's name.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
maybe it looks like a regular gold ring.
Yeah. So it's another simple gold ring. This time it's kind of a different color gold. It's a little darker, if you would. You can. Neither of you have attempted to identify them, but it does look like it fits one of your fingers. So if you manage to Yeah, if you manage to identify it, you'll figure out what they do.
I'm trying to identify it right now.
Or I would take an Arcana.
Okay.
On the ring.
Oh.
A 12. I'll take 12's not bad. You don't know a whole lot about it, but when you put it on, you get these kind of images of bows and clouds, and it glows just slightly as it kind of slips on your finger. And as you wear it, you realize it's a ring of accuracy, and you deal 2 additional damage when you're using ranged weapons.
Oh, I think I will keep this ring.
Yep, so +2 to your damage only when you wear it. Cool. So I'm guessing Ari and Finbar have started down the yellow brick road.
Oh yeah, basically now that we're done, focusing on this guy's sack and shafting him, can we follow the tip that we you got earlier?
Good idea.
What about the guide? Shouldn't we? I mean, the other one, she didn't have any idea that she was a guide. Shouldn't we try and help her?
No, I don't think so.
The last time we tried to help them,
literally killed herself. Fergus.
Yes.
Literally,
yes, that's true.
she killed herself.
But I mean,
Requiescat in Pace.
Do you remember what?
Everywhere.
I blame you for that.
yeah.
I blame you for that, Fergus. She literally killed herself.
I suppose that's fair, but
Do you remember your bedroom? She threw herself out of your bedroom window and killed herself because you.
But that is the first time that's happened. Let's be fair.
That is true, for all I know. But I
mean, the last time they tried to kill him, not tried to kill themselves. So
yeah,
lesson learned. Don't go to the bedroom with Fergus.
There is a first time for everything.
I mean, I must have some skills anyway, because I just managed to get this man's ring without touching his Sakura's balls. I mean, I must have some skills in this department, surely.
Certainly.
She's getting real here, people.
And I think we should save her.
Well, let's just hope history doesn't repeat itself.
If she literally kills herself again, I'm going to be annoyed. It's like, why even bother, Why even bother saving these people?
I just feel like she must be significant, otherwise we might not have noticed her.
Except she's being dunked in a tank, like, every 2.5 minutes.
She looks happy, Fergus. Look at her. Look at her smiling as she gets dunked into that tank there. Look her.
She clearly loves being wet, and it's fine.
She's getting very moist in there, and I, for one, applaud her performance. So, if we can, please, move on, Fergus. I really think that if you stop her from being so wet, she's going to kill herself.
And to top it off, Fergus, what did you roll for? Jesus.
Just my wild magic.
Oh, that's your wild magic? I thought what table? Does that go off of?
It's only on a minus. It's only on a 1.
Oh, it's only on a 1. Okay, good. Okay, that's okay. Awesome. So, you feel your belly grumble, but it don't mean nothing. That's all you get. It's just like grrr. Oh, weird.
No.
As this happens, you let out that like weird belch. It tastes funny. And as you guys are standing here, having a conversation, not really going anywhere, another guide notices you and steps up and says, "Hi, I'm guide number 421. Is there any way I can help you today?"
Please, one of you, don't.
You see, we're just literally walking into them all over the place. Come on, let's whip our mask off.
Kill yourself,
Fergus, be
please.
quiet.
She says, "Goodness, you are an excited lot. I can only listen to you one at a time."
I walk up to Fergus and I pull his sleeve up.
She goes, "Oh, goodness. You may want to have that seen about. Let me find the nearest collector and let them know that you need medical attention."
No.
Oh, no. And Ari just like rips the mask off.
Oh, you're going to pull her mask off again?
We can't have her.
Are you serious?
Every time, Fergus. I blame you for this, Fergus. I blame you.
In this one, there is the result I wanted. I was a victim.
Okay, all right. Here's what's gonna happen. It does. Why don't you make a dex? I just need to make sure you don't roll a 1 already to pull it off, because she's not gonna expect you to do that.
Lordy. All right, here we go. Oh, hang on. So I rolled a 16 with my +3. So
oh, yes. You're able to like the mask right off, and as you do so, you realize that it is not a halfling or a gnome. It's a child on the other side of this mask. And this he can't be but 10 years old. This boy like falls to his knees and he's gasping for air and he's kind of terrified. And he gets teary-eyed and he says, where am I?
You can blame Fergus for this. Look, do you want me to show you to the nearest window now?
Fergus is going to walk up and put a hand on like the boy's shoulder, probably the herpes hand. But... and he's going to say, he's going to look in his eyes. Were you trying to get out?
I don't even know where I am.
Now we have a child, Fergus. We've literally had a
So
child.
that's how it happens.
Thanks a lot.
Thrusted us into parenthood.
I never knew how it happened.
I'm not ready.
I just appear one day.
I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. All right, I've got a long life to live, Fergus, and you've just given me a child.
Look at this.
But I mean,
There's a kid.
you could just like double up your business as like a nappy business too.
I'm going to be a very absent father.
Delicates and diapers. Here we go.
You're going to have so many
Oh,
daddy
wow.
issues by the time I'm
could
finished
call it-
with you.
We could call it something like D&D or something.
No, stupid name. Terrible name.
Oh my God.
I begin on my way.
So this poor child now is like, and it's letting out this cry, and people
See
are
what
beginning
you've
to
done?
look. As the kid is just sobbing.
See what you've
Again.
done?
Smack Fergus on the head and tell him,
And I
I'm
tell
gonna
you,
start patting the child on the head like that.
The more you guys touch it and interact with it, he's just like,
Okay,
He's
so
just like-
seeing him draw a crowd.
He's walking away.
yeah, and there's like a crowd beginning to draw, and you notice that the crowd starts to part, and an elf, a very high elf, wearing similar robes to the gentleman whose house you destroyed, arrives, and he says, "Excuse me, is this something going on I should know about?"
no, I'm going to get some milk, and I turn invisible.
He went out for milk and he never came back.
Yes, he says, "Why is this child crying? Who has the mask? Are you still have it in hand?"
Probably. I probably just like went, oh shh.
She looks at you and she says, "You removed his mask?"
He couldn't breathe. I mean, it's kind of hot.
Oh, she says, Collectors, come quick! We have a mask removal! A mask removal!"
Ari's gonna drop the mask, grab the kid, and run.
Follow me.
Fergus is going to copy who's almost becoming his role model now's suit and turn invisible.
It's a mini Finbar!
They're all the same.
I should have known it would go this way eventually. I should have known.
Look, it's the bedazzled me.
Finbar and Fergus, the next great sitcom.
Terrible father.
Bedazzled me.
the ratings will go through the roof, people.
Oh my god. Okay, so you start to run, Ari. Anybody else going to run, or are you guys staying?
I'm already gone. I'm with.
Okay, you're
I'm
running.
with
Anybody
Ari.
else?
I think I'm gonna take off.
Come with us.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna.
need to go. It's time to
Run.
leave.
Fergus,
Run
are
to
you
my-
running?
You're muted, bro.
I'm going to cast see invisibility and follow
Follow.
Finbar.
Well, okay. Can you? I guess you can see invisibility. Him invisible. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I need to cast
Oh
or
my
not.
God.
I mean,
Almost on his £20. Can I give the child a mount?
Absolutely. And you know what? I'll let you choose what it rides.
Nice.
For £20, you can choose what that kid rides out of the fashion district.
Don't follow me, kid.
We just sent him on a mountain, like spank the mountain. He just runs all around.
This traumatized child is for sure committing suicide tonight.
A
It
unicorn.
can so be a unicorn.
Yes.
It can so be a unicorn. Out of nowhere, the puddle of the child's tears that had formed on the concrete from it raises a beautiful unicorn. Is that what we got? Is that what you
Yeah.
said? Yeah. Okay. Good. Raises. It like start small. It's like one of those like sponges you just like drop water on and it like. whoop. And there's like I picture it almost like one of those mini horses with the short legs. Kind of.
Shetland,
You
yeah.
know, like one of the, I don't even know what they're called. I don't horse well, but like almost like a mini pony for the kid. And Ari slings the kid on and smacks the unicorn on the ass, and this unicorn just like takes off running.
Be gone, child.
The crowd like parts as you guys turn around, and the group of elvish collectors, these kind of highborn elves, are coming at you in about a group of 8 as you all begin to run. So if you are running, make me an athletics check. I need to make sure you don't fall down.
Oh boy. I'm gonna
But I
fall.
think I said
I calmly and quietly go to the shop to get some milk.
You actually go all the way to the food court district.
I'm probably heading to the alchemical district.
Yeah.
I got a nat 1.
No!
Oh shit.
Oh, who got the nat 1?
I did. In my defense, I had already walked away before everyone started running.
This is true. You kind of had turned, but yeah, there's just so many people that you actually fall flat of your face. And the collectors are almost on top of you, and one of them reaches out to grab your foot. Make a dexterity to see if you can get your foot free and back on your feet.
If I get another nat 1, I'm just gonna cry.
Okay, an 11. It's not terribly great. One of them does grab your foot as you begin to you're pushing away from him, trying to get on your feet. And the rest of them are like, quick, help us. And they're asking people to help you. And everybody's kind of standing around kind of like, we're not helping you guys. We don't like you guys. You take our money. And so you manage to get your foot free just in time before they kind of jump you. And you book it. You are trailing behind everybody, but you can kind of see the path that they've created. If nothing else, the mini unicorn has parted the sea of people, and all of you managed to make it out to the Fergus. You can tell me where you and Finbar, what you and Finbar are up to here in a second. The 4 of you make it to the exterior of the district, and you see as they're following you out, they literally stop on the precipice of the fashion district, and she stares at the lot of you. All of them do, in that very kind of snooty patooty way, and she says, "You are no longer welcome here in the fashion district.
What did I do?
All of you are not welcome here."
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do shit.
I was just trying.
Are you involved with these
wackos.
heathens?
I mean, I have to be honest here. I don't even know their names.
Well, and she says, and you, and points right at Ari, you took off that child's mask. Do you know what this means?
I mean, what is life but wearing a mask and just pretending that you are someone else in front of everyone? I mean, you are wearing a mask. I'm wearing a mask. Look at this little Fergie here. He's got the biggest mask of them all.
Fergie's gone. He's invisible. He's gone.
Yeah, Fergie's invisible. She goes, I don't know this Fergus, and I definitely don't know what you're talking about. You are no longer welcome in the fashion district. And she reaches out and snatches the mask from you, and she says, this belongs to us. We must go find a new host for it. And they turn around and walk off.
I mean, I'm not going to miss it. Are you going to miss the mask? And she turns over to Vendus, who she doesn't know the name actually of. She just is gonna start talking to strangers of will you miss the mask? I'm not gonna miss the mask.
I'm not gonna miss anything. I didn't even know what just happened there. I barely even know you.
Hi, I'm Ari. She still keeps whispering.
I go back up to Verndis and I'm like, does this mean we're not getting masks for the face?
Yeah.
We're getting that.
We had one goal.
Fergus and Finbar, what are you two up to?
Now,
are you watching this?
Fergus, I don't know how many times I've told you, but you hide the herpy arm, okay?
So is this what you do every time you get invisible? You go and get milk?
Long sleeves are your friend.
To be fair, he put the sleeve up on me this time. I wasn't gonna show her.
He is undefined. Here, I don't know.
We need to get to the alchemical district, Fergus, because there's a woman there whom I believe might be relevant.
Okay.
Relevant, you say?
When you also realize that she might be able to
elephant.
heal you, Fergus.
She might be able to heal your herpes, Fergus. Now, whilst I don't care about yours, it's possible that I might contract it from you. Just proximity. And you have been touching a lot of men's rings recently, so...
But no sex and no balls.
Right.
Only getting to the root of the situation after we finish shafting people and we follow the tip that we got,
We're
okay?
gonna have to follow this tip. Now, let's meet up with the others and get our way to the alchemical district. And kind of head back in that direction.
If you remember, I teased the ring out of Jiren with my silver tongue.
I was there, Fergus. I was there.
That's what I'm saying, if you remember. Just saying.
I will never forget that.
Yeah, I would like to be healed. I would like to be healed.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, but I've got this like tight feeling in my chest a little bit.
You haven't been trying to proposition dress shop girls again, have you, Fergus?
What have we told you about buying off the rack? It doesn't work.
Come now. You go to the second-hand stores and you go to the charity shops. Now, charity shop girls, they are filthy.
Yes, the Salvation Army will have plenty for you.
Oh, yes.
My God, we're horrible people.
That's right, Fergus. Now.
Good old Sally Annie.
Just like I taught you. And,
Fergus is making a little note in a little ledger somewhere.
Write it down in my memoirs. Now.
I picture the two of you sitting at a bar over 2 glasses of cold milk. Fergus is like, with a ballpoint pen, like writing notes on his arm.
Oh, because then I can peel them off and keep them.
Oh my God!
Wow.
No, oh my God! Okay.
Keeps a collection in
So Fergus and Finbar reappear with you guys, and you're able to travel. One of the guides kind of helped you and like points in the right direction to the alchemical district. This is not one that you've actually crossed before. It sits kind of on the opposite side of the fashion district across the canal. So you do get to take a lovely walk across the canal bridge. And when you get there, it smells different than any of the other ones you've been in. Of course, the food court smells like cooking food, right? We found out today the fashion district smells like skank, rank, clearly, because you need a mask for it. Yes. Right, unpleasant. The black market was very dank, but the potions and alchemical district, it's a little different. You can't decide if it smells of like burning herbs and the cooking of chemicals and things, or if it smells of sickness and death, or maybe both.
My favorite smells.
Yeah, it smells like a old people's home.
Okay, making some implied comments there.
Yeah, just kind of smells like an old people's home.
Oh.
Yeah, as you walk in, and it's got a slower pace. The people are slower paced than everybody else. It doesn't bustle quite as much. And the stands sell everything from glass bottles to, pre-made potions. Some people are selling, there's like an herb cart, dried herb cart. And like I said, the people here are either well and they're selling something, but everybody else here seems to be pretty sick. You hear the like cough of an old man from a back alleyway somewhere. Everybody kind of drags their feet as if they're all sick, and you do notice that quite a few people have patches of green kind of all over them.
Hell no. I take a piece of leather from my shirt, rip it off here, and I'm just gonna
Okay. Okay. You have resorted to making your own mask, good sir, and I like it. Yeah, you do that with ease.
I have a mask.
And as you do that,
rain all over them is like a whole nother level of yeast infection.
And as you begin to do that, actually, a woman, a kind of kankety old woman, walks up to you and she says, "Ah, a mask. If you're trying to shield yourself from the sickness, that's not going to do it."
Then what will I ask?
Back and I go, get away from my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, she says, "I'm just trying to help. I could sell you a mask."
Pull up your sleeve, I say to the woman.
You notice that actually she doesn't even have to. Her hands are like
green
and covered in green, and her fingernails no longer look like humanoid. They are growing into this kind of thick, almost talon.
I am preaching to the wrong choir. Fergus, on we go.
So you guys are looking for a woman here, but you don't know where she's actually currently at, or if she has a shop, or what you're looking for. Anybody want to take action?
I'll do a perception roll. To see.
Yeah, you can roll a general perception.
Fergus would probably just start shouting the name.
I mean, shout away, my man.
Hang on a minute. Seal your deal? Seal the deal? Seal.
Celia Caldus.
Celia
But
Caldus.
if you wanna call her Celia Delia seems to stick.
Celia
so
Ladelia, yeah.
she needs to be Celia the Delia. Okay, out of 20, excuse me. Because you don't know if she runs a shop or not, and you don't know what she looks like. There's not a whole lot that you can perceive.
This is just me going around talking to people. This is like gathering information kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you rolled like an investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're chatting with a few people and you drop the name, and a few people look really uneasy and kind of ignore you, you know, the way that they do a lot of homeless people that are beggars and things. And the same crickety old woman comes up and she says, "Oh, yes, Celia Delia. I know old Celia. She's a friend."
I look at her and I go, "Really? Where can I meet her? Also, I have someone you'd love to meet. Love to meet."
She says, "I don't like people, but I do like Celia, and she's located at the library down yonder." And she kind of takes her crickety finger and she like points down a ways, and she says, "You can't miss it."
I thank her and I go on my way very quickly. Very quickly motioning everyone to follow me.
Yeah.
Celia Delia! Celia Delia! Where are you?
People are looking at you and again, like kind of backing away from Fergus, who is now brightly colored, stylish man, who is now yelling Celia Delia through.
Celia Delia! Don't you step on my shoes! Celia Delia!
Awesome. And you very quickly find what she's talking about. It's got a storefront, a built-out storefront, a wooden one, from a large kind of tomb or catacomb, probably a family-sized one, that it has built in front of. And when you get there, Alithira, did I get that right? Alithira? Oh, you're muted. I want to say it right. Alithra has beat you all to the punch. And Alithra's actually sitting at a table inside the library, kind of staring at the lot of you.
Oh, it's you. I don't know, but you're an elf lady who was kind of mean to me.
Excuse
but
me?
we know each other, right?
How
we
similar?
do not.
Yeah, I was about to say, how similar do you look to your sister?
They look exactly the same. They're triplets.
Well, there you go.
Fergie, we've met them before, right?
Yes, I remember. You made everything dark
Yes.
and ran away with something.
And now you.
Oh, you're probably talking about Narena.
Is that the person? I mean, I didn't remember asking her name.
Like
to be honest.
sidebar, like.
I mean, it could have been her name. Did you ask her name? I didn't ask her name.
I don't know, but she made things nightly and it rained with glass. I'll go with it. Nyrene. Okay, cool.
She
yes.
did make a good slough, though. She did make a good slough. Let's be fair.
Let's be. Yes. She,
No, wait,
she,
that was
She what? She
Made a
actually-
good slough.
not a song.
Oh, I'm gonna tease her with that.
So she's sitting there, and what you walk into is a relatively quaint library. They've actually dug the catacomb out some, or like the space out some, so that there's an upper tiered floor. And there doesn't seem to be a librarian, at least at first sight, that's working here. But this is definitely the library, and the tables in the middle are scattered with books and papers that have been pulled, as if somebody has been doing years worth of research.
the smell of musk in the air. That
Yes, yes. Some of them are scrolls. There are a few tomes, but lots and lots of books. And it looks like whoever owns this library is probably a private library, and this is a private collection here. So it's a hodgepodge, mix match grouping of what this person feels like is important to their research.
Well, since you're here, I'm going to pretend that you're your sister, because I have to admit, I cannot tell the difference. So, we got this. We're looking for a Celia Delia.
Oh, that woman. I've been looking for her. Can't really seem to find her at the moment.
Yeah, you've been here. How long have you been here?
A couple hours.
She's not. When you got here, it was empty, and she's not come back since. There's not been anybody here. You've literally just kind of entertained yourself.
Just entertain yourself to her personal library. It's just it's fine.
Basically, yeah.
It's fine.
We have a drow here. Pleased to meet you. My name is Finbar.
Oh, you're
Finny, you're back!
Yes, I am. I am no longer invisible, having escaped my child.
Finbar has returned.
Don't
Don't
worry.
worry, we sent him off on a unicorn somewhere.
Good. Whatever you do, let's not contextualize this conversation for a start.
Question: did the unicorn look like this?
You
Just like
continued
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Direct insubordination.
So in the amount of time you've been here, you have sifted through a few papers. Why don't you make an investigation or an insight? I'd take an arcana, whatever you kind of got.
Can we make sure that there's like 80s montage music going on, during
Yeah,
this? Like,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, everybody puts their
Fine,
glasses on. Somebody points over another person's shoulder, like the important information posed in a college
Somebody falls asleep and another person wakes them up like, no, you have to keep finding the answer.
Sorry.
Dun, 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 dun,
So-
dun.
At a 7, it's been. You can definitely tell, like I said, you put it together. This is somebody's personal notes, and they're clearly doing research on dwarven history, deep research on dwarven history, like ancient dwarven history, which would make sense since we're standing in an ancient dwarven catacomb. Fergus, you're able to pick up on pretty much the same. The only thing more that you managed to get out of it with the general investigation is that.
I know nothing. I'm reading.
Finbar, you just hold the piece of paper and be like, this is interesting.
I'm reading a book on how to be a bad dad.
Upside down.
Step
Can
one,
I
go
do
out
a
for
perception
cigarettes.
check? Can I
Step
do
two,
perception
never
instead of-
return.
A perception for what? What are you trying to perceive?
Trying to help. I was just trying to add her. Would that
Yeah,
help?
yeah. If you wanted to add, so I will take. It would be an investigation, insight, or arcana check. I would also take a history. I don't know if anybody's got a history. You could also roll for that. But Fergus, the only additional thing that you get is that she has been not only researching the ancient dwarven history, Jesus, gang, the ancient dwarven history, but that she has in her notes. There's a lot of mentionings of missing information, that things don't make sense as they're written.
None of this makes sense.
Why would someone just investigate stunties in the first place?
I don't know.
Yeah,
They
that's-
literally start and stop sentences in completely different places. Like this sentence says, "The kid blank 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 left." I don't know what that means.
Is there one about he took off ... the mask and she ... literally killed herself?
I think that might be the wrong campaign. This reminds me of Striders.
Yeah, right, yeah. As you guys are actually, let's see if I manage to do it stealthily or not. Oh, I'm gonna roll something because I can, right?
All I can
Right.
tell everyone is that there's clearly a conspiracy going on.
Oh my god.
I agree.
Why don't all of you roll a perception just to see if you hear her come in?
Okay.
Ooh, yes. Oh no.
Oh my god!
Oh
no.
god.
Oh
no.
yes.
I always hear a
So-
lady walking
Some
in.
people don't care to look.
Right. So the two.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So,
Oh boy.
anybody that rolled over a 15, upstairs, you hear the sound of grinding stone, as if the wall itself is being moved or slid open, and then you hear it and click back, and over the balcony appears this really attractive halfling woman. Who is very surprised to see the lot of you standing in her library.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello?
My name is Finbar the Bard, and these are my companions. We are scholars by day.
Right.
We have come with a piece of paper with your name.
That we have
Is
a
there
piece of
something
paper.
I can help you with?
We have your piece. You have your name on a piece of paper
Um,
that we
So,
received.
look, we don't know if this is the right person, though.
I'm just going to assume because they're here.
I assume Celia Delia?
Yes, that is my name.
Or is it?
So she comes down this like spiral staircase from the upstairs area. And as she appears, you notice that at her belt, she is carrying a fair share of scrolls, pieces of paper, and potions that you're not sure she's brewed herself, but they're like in little tiny jars she wears at her hips, and they clank, the little glass clanks as she like comes down the stairs to you all. And she looks up, except everybody but Finbar, at the lot of you, and she says, "That is my name. Is there something I can help you with?"
Well, now, we are looking for things in these books that I think you might be able to help us with. Fergus here has what can only be described as space herpes. And we're looking...
She says, "Oh, no."
Oh, yes. But
hang
I'm
on a minute.
perfectly clean, you'll be pleased to know.
She says, shh, and follow me. And she takes you to, it's on the first floor, but she takes you to this like back room where it looks like maybe her sleeping quarters. And she looks around as if there was somebody standing in her bedchamber, and she presses another fake wall behind a bookshelf, a personal bookshelf, and it pops open into a much larger room that has 10, 12 beds in it, and looks like some kind of hospital wing that she has been running secretly here. And everybody laid out on the beds have pretty advanced cases of
Space herpes.
this herpes.
I would
Yeah.
Can I, before I follow the group, I want to do a hide check. I want to sneak back up the spiral staircase.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna want to do it stealthily. Yep, so roll that stealth and let's see if you can do it without anybody noticing.
Say it.
Finbar, there's girls in beds. I mean, they're not gonna try and kill us, are they?
No.
At a 9,
Oh.
we hear you
going on.
Yeah, we hear you do it. You like clank, 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 clank up these stairs to the top. But when you get there, wherever she came out of it doesn't look like anything. It's just like walls and walls of bookshelves. It doesn't look like there's a door or an entryway.
I was gonna look for like scratches on the floor.
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Okay. Okay, investigation is looking terrible for stats.
Oh, at a 14, it's not hard to see that she enters and exits through the secret door, which is like a bookshelf on this wall. And you can, when you kind of feel around, you see the natural seam between the two bookshelves, which you can only assume actually pops it open, but you can't get your fingers in there.
Okay. Okay.
But it does look like she has a secret exit out of this place, and that's probably where she entered from.
Okay.
And then you watch the gang as they downstairs go around a corner to her private chambers, and they've popped open another secret door into this medical wing, this makeshift medical wing that she has, where she's clearly treating some pretty advanced cases of the herp.
I'm staying out of that room, and while they do their thing, I'm gonna look for the way out into there.
Okay.
I'm gonna start pulling books off the bookshelf.
Yeah, you managed to pull all the books off the bookshelf. She hears you do this, and she comes out and she says, "Would you please put my books back? That's not how you open the door. We'll get there in a minute. Come in here and see these sick people."
I don't want to, ma'am. I'll sit here and put the
She
books
said, "Are
back."
you concerned about contagion?
Yes.
You can't catch it airborne."
Oh,
I'll
that's
put
a
the
relief.
books back.
So,
Yeah. There's like this silence, and she goes, "I promise."
And all of a sudden, Fergus's eyes go really wide.
So how did I catch it?
So you're telling me, Celia, that there has to be some kind of exchange of bodily fluids?
She looks at you with like one eyebrow up, and she goes, "Yes, that could be sweat, or
Maybe
other
sushi.
spit. But these are," and she kind of goes into her delving some of her research as she walks around and checks on each one of her patients with a lot of you there. And she said, "These are, of course, advanced cases." And as she pulls the bed sheets back on one, you see that this man, like what you saw in the fashion district, the one that grabbed his daughter's ankle and pulled her under, from most of the body is now covered in this like scales, these scaly green it's just gross. Some places it looks like the skin's like burst open with these scales, and they're not like snake scales. They're smooth. They're a little bit more layered than that, and they're hard and really gross. And some people are coughing, but what you notice most is that it's begin to mutate their bodies, not just with the scales, but physically. Some of them are now have crinkled and crumpled hands. Some of their spines are bent and crumpled, but they don't look very human anymore, except from about the neck up. And you can see this one man is beginning to crawl up his face. And she proceeds and says, you see, this herp, as you so called it, I've been researching for a while, trying to find a cure, because it does ail everybody, most everybody here in the Galleria. I'm actually surprised that only one of you have caught it.
Well, I like to
leave.
I like to be safe.
Leave this place.
And she says, it is an effect of greed being in a place like this. I have a theory of where it actually originates, but I've never been able to prove it. So, yeah, and she kind of continues talking. She says, so my research has delved greatly into the origins of this place. And what I found is that the books that I read, they're all lies.
Is that why you've been rubbing out the sentences?
I'm sorry?
Is that why you've been rubbing out the sentences?
Sure, she says. You have to understand, and she like checks his temperature. She said, these people, they're not getting better. My cure is not working. The only cure for this now is, of course, death. I have a theory that about 1 in every 10,000 mutations takes. And the mutation completes.
Into what exactly?
I've never seen it with my own eyes. Some whisper.
What do you think it is?
She says, here, let's let them rest. And she motions for you to join her back in the main area. And as she does so, you are able to kind of come through. And she says, it is a hybrid. She says, the scales, I've studied them. And she says, and they match these. And she pushes a book forward and shows you a research book on dragons.
Oh.
Cough in my face. Cough in my face. I'm going into the war.
Yeah,
Am I gonna be a dragon? I don't want to be a dragon. Dragons can't wear these shoes.
She says, well, you don't necessarily turn, well, like I said, only 1 in 10,000 make it that far. The rest of them mutate into these disgusting creatures who inevitably vomit up molten gold.
And die.
But correct.
You're telling me, how many people are there in the great Galleria of Grunrundi at any given time?
At any given time, we're looking at 200,000 people.
So that's a fair amount over the years. A fair amount of these hybrid creatures, but where do they go?
She says, are you sure you want to know the answer to this?
Is it the black market?
It is not the black market. She says, I feel like there is something about you, the lot of you. I'm afraid if I tell you, you'll have me killed.
Oh, we've hardly killed anyone. Only one small girl.
No.
And
what'll happen is you'll probably kill yourself.
Oh,
that's true. That's true. They do generally kill themselves.
Nice, good windows in here. Yep.
Yeah. And she says, "Well, I do have a balcony."
Right.
Yeah, she said, "Yeah,"
That's tough.
and she says, "If you want answers to these questions, I don't know that I can give them to you, but I can tell you where you can find them."
I'm not going to kill you, my dear. Listen, you can trust us. We're here. We're trying to help. We're not going to hurt anyone.
Roll a persuasion. Persuade the fuck out of her. Do it,
Natural
Finbar.
20.
Woo! So she says she actually gets a little teary-eyed and becomes very attracted to Finbar and steps in and like runs her little halfling finger down his chest and she says, "Oh my goodness, well, I guess you are here to save the day. And she says, well, then follow me. And she leads you up the stairs to her little hidey hole.
At
and
this
she,
point, half the books are put away.
yeah, she put them half away. She looks
Still-
at she looks at the other stack and like lets out a sigh. And you see her, she looks at you, who clearly thought the books were the answer, and the railing has these like knobs on it, and she goes over and like clicks one of the knobs, it's like a latch, and lets it free, and you see it pop open, and she pulls it back, and it leads down this very dark tunnel. It's lit by flames, and she says, come, if you feel you're ready.
Yeah.
Well, we've only just met, but we're already inside your hidey hole, so why don't we proceed?
She says, yes, step into my hidey hole.
Yes, Lifra, come with me. We're going to need free for this.
Now, I do have a question.
I don't allow half monstrosities to touch me, so please keep your hands to yourself.
No, trust me. Trust me, honey, there'll be no touching.
Especially from you, a filthy man, even.
That is
So-
often what they call me afterwards.
So she ushers the lot of you in, and she pulls the, it closed behind you as it snaps. And you feel the air here is stale. And she says, I dug this tunnel with my bare hands.
I have
Oh,
a
I
question.
bet you did.
Yes.
She is a halfling. How big is this tunnel? Am I like on all fours following after this girl?
No, it's about, I don't know exactly how tall you are, but it's about, I would say, it's about 6 by 6 in terms of like across. It's like
Okay.
so you can stand, unless you're over 6 foot, you might have to crouch, but, and she's kind of walking through. And you notice as you go about 20 feet or so and you round a corner and it lights up, and she has actually tunneled into an unused area of the catacombs that has some pretty ancient dwarven, we'll call them pictographs or hieroglyphs on the wall, and she's kind of running her hand down the carving, and she says, my whole life I have studied dwarven history, looking for the answers to this place. It was so secretive and quiet, and nobody ever talked about it, but it was this great place. And she says, and when I got here and I found the Galleria, I joined as a guide. She says, I too had my mask ripped from my face. I too faced my own fear of suicide. And she says, and I overcame it and decided to give my life to answering the truth behind Granrundi.
I get you.
She says, now books, of course, and as she runs her hands down the wall, she points to areas that tell the story. She said, the books tell, and the walls of this place tell that the dwarves dug it for their very first dwarf, Grunrundi. I cannot find record of any dwarf ever named Grunrundi. He didn't exist. I believe this place is a front.
And someone's turning people into dragon people for some reason. Perhaps a dragon.
And she looks at you, not only because obviously you rolled that nat 20, but because she recognizes that you're a pretty quick-witted, smart dude. And she says, possibly. Anybody who has ever rumored of it has disappeared. And those that are infected, you'll notice the ones in my secret lab, you don't see them like that walking the halls of the Galleria because they dispose of them.
Oh yes, in those big body piles.
Maybe in
I try
their
and
own...
say sexily.
Yeah, she says, the body pile. Yeah, she says, well, I've seen the Great Pits, and she says those do not hold. They don't hold these half dragons, or mutilated half dragons, as I like to call them.
So
She says, but they do hold every body of every dwarf that was ever laid here.
Including, therefore, Grunrundi, if he ever existed.
Correct.
Meaning, if we were to go down there and find Grunrundi, if indeed he is there, then we might find what's truly going on down there.
No adventurer has ever been that brave, Fairbard. It is a bold statement to make.
My darling, I am all about making bold statements. Have you seen my latest line of underwear?
She says, no, I'm afraid I haven't.
I call these ones hypnotic taint. Also, I have a nat
Sounds
one.
like
I have a nat one from Dr. Narkovich, so this might go a little way.
I would love for this to be your nat one roll if you're gonna roll anything, and that would be hysterical. And that's how, yeah, that's she says, well, my goodness, how about this? And she pulls out a small notebook she keeps in her back pocket, and she scribbles something and like quickly like something down, and she hands it over to Finbar, and she says, if you're really brave enough to find the answer you search, follow this map. It will lead you where you want to go, but beware. There's a gathering of the collectors in about 2 hours.
And how big is the room?
She points to the map in Finbar's hand, and you can tell it opens up in kind of like a rotunda area, like there's like a circle. And the room, you can assume is from the map, it could be anywhere between 25 or 40 feet in circumference. And she says there, and you notice in her drawing, there's actually a dot in the middle of the room that she's kind of like colored in. She's like, there, you'll find the answers to what you want.
And I'll
there.
bring them back to you, whatever I find. Elifra, you seem like a saucy minx of a librarian. And a little bit more to you, perhaps. I like how you talk dirty to me. So perhaps maybe you would come with me to this rotunda of ours and see what we can find there.
Now roll.
Sure. However, if you cross me, I'll make sure you regret it.
All right.
Oh.
Sounds like a
I've never
deal.
been so scaroused.
As you depart, you can tell she like steps back from the group, and she looks at both of you as you guys have this exchange, and she says, beware. There are things deep in the walls of Grunrundi.
They dug too deep and too far?
Yes, well...
They go deep enough, she says. Trust nothing.
Going deep enough is my speciality.
I bet, she says, as she turns and walks off, and she says, if you make it back, I will, maybe by then I'll have a cure for your friend there.
Don't worry about that. We really don't care about him very much.
Fergus is sort of sitting at the back and he's having a little bit of a cry.
She squats down, which doesn't take much. I mean, you guys are roughly the same height, but she joins you and she says, don't fret. She's like, in those moments where greed overtakes you, look to the light.
I'm gonna be an ugly dragon.
All right, Gandalf.
She walks off. You see her push the door open as she re-enters her library and closes behind you. And the lot of you stand in this dark kind of space. There's just a few torches on the wall that's lighting the way at this point.
Into darkness.
Do I have a... I don't like darkness. I do have a torch. All right, so I'm going to take my torch out and I'm going to light it on another torch.
Okay, cool.
Just be careful around the books.
Yeah.
This is a very flammable area.
I've learned that from other campaigns, yes.
Your torch helps, it helps light the way a little bit more, and you can see that her tunnel has met with what would have been maybe a wall of a different kind of space that was originally part of the catacombs. But once again, there's no bodies on any of the slabs of concrete, none of the slots in the wall. Everything's been cleared from this place. And following her map, who wants to navigate?
I'll have the torch, I'll navigate.
Okay, so Finbar's got the map, so roll me a survival.
I'll hold it out for you, Genesis, and you can read it.
All right, sounds
Elifra will
good.
be assisting with it because she can actually see up to 120 feet within darkness.
Nice, we're gonna need that. So what? Yeah, if you want to throw the assist, you guys can,
And I also have dark viewing, but I don't
Yeah.
have that dark viewing.
dark vision. Yeah. Okay. So you got to roll for me. So roll a survival.
Okay, survival is a...
Does he get advantage because Elifra is assisting him?
He does. So you'll need to roll twice. And
I
take
need to
the
roll
higher.
twice?
You need to roll the exact same thing twice. Yep. We're gonna take the higher one because you get advantage because she is helping you. And Finbar standing there between you. Beautiful.
I'm gonna be right between you. I'm gonna be a sandwich.
You're sandwiched between. I feel like the three of you are like squished together, like walking down this dark hall. Like and
Fergus just like, could Fergus be like a Shaggy from Scoob?
I think Will is actually Shaggy in real life.
IRL Shaggy, yeah. Don't even put on the green shirt.
So you guys are able to kind of navigate through this first strip of hallway, and it actually opens up into a much larger cavern. And when I say much larger, I mean vast, dark cavern. Your dark vision only takes you into darkness. It's that dark. You can't even see much farther than you can't see more than 120 feet, and the torch is only lighting like a 30-foot area as it bounces off the wall near you.
How do you do with my dark vision?
Your dark vision, how far?
60.
Yeah.
Regular elves get 60.
Which is fine. You can see 120 feet, but what you've come into is this dark, giant cavern that's more like 8 or 9 stories tall. It's like a hollowed-out mountain left behind by the dwarves, where they probably mined at some point or mined into the space to build the catacomb. And once again, you guys look over the side of the path that has narrowed down, and about 500 feet below you lies stacked bodies and corpses and skeletons.
Okay, not gonna fall. Got it.
Careful down here.
Don't look down, yeah? Nope.
Right.
You want to look at it closely?
Fergus is probably gonna.
Wait, how could we see that though? It's more than 120.
That's true. That's actually true. You probably can't. So then you can smell it.
Oh, that makes us even worse. Don't tell us that.
You can smell it, but you can't see it. Is that what you wanted to hear? And Fergus, what were you doing?
Yes.
Fergus
Exactly
will
what I
hop
told
on
my
his
last wife.
flying kobold and fly
Yes.
down to have a look.
Okay. You have dark vision as well?
I do.
So Fergus hops on his flying kobold, and bloops down. And you have to fly for quite a ways.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, it is about 500 feet, and it's pitch dark for the first part of this trek down. It takes you about a minute to get down to the bottom. And when you do, the smell gets more and more potent, and the air gets thicker with all of the rotting corpses and dead bodies. And you see what you've seen before, that they are just 20 feet worth of bodies just stacked in this cavern, as if they have been dumped with no concern. And you are actually rolling a perception. Okay, 13. You notice somebody who might look familiar, but you can't seem to place the woman. She's a little less decayed. She's kind of a fresh corpse, if you would. And all of you upstairs, you begin to look down, and Fergus is beginning. There's something kind of coming up from behind Fergus. It's these like little light balls almost that kind of are drifting his direction. There's about 6 or 7 of them.
Elizabeth will take her bow and immediately fire an arrow at one of them.
They are 500 feet down.
Yeah, she has a longbow.
Oh, okay, cool. You're great. Yep.
Yeah. Which is a
Also, that's the down advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say the down advantage that we're good. At a piercing 21 does hit. So you take a hit. Are you using a magical weapon in any way?
Yep, it's magical.
It is magical. Okay.
It is a back weapon. She's a blade lock.
Oh, okay, great. So good. Because it does actually, and pierces this kind of glowing light ball. Roll some damage.
Skill shot.
12 damage.
Okay. There, like, what did I say? There were like 6 or 7 of them?
Yeah.
We're gonna say 6 because I need a number.
This is exactly why we brought you along, Alifra.
Yeah. And Fergus, you hear something behind you as the arrow pierces it. It lets out a.
Ah!
And you turn, you turn around, and these
boys.
light like balls are headed towards you, and we are gonna roll for initiative.
Holy light balls!
Ooh-wee. Okay.
There it is. Ooh-wee. Holy light balls! Let's go. We're now 5 followers away from 20k, boys. Let's go.
Go! Oh!
Oh no, Fergus.
They're just the most beautiful light you've ever seen, Fergus.
Oh wow.
God.
I never put. Oh, I did. No, I didn't.
What is this?
Did we get one from Finbar?
Nat
Oh,
1.
and you got a nat 20? Ari gets a
Oh
nat
my
20?
And Finbar
Yep.
also goes on a nat 1. Oh my god.
I'm going
Okay.
a lot slower.
All right.
I have this weird message above mine.
4 from 20k, boys. 4 away
It's okay.
from 20k. Let's go.
Yeah, it usually gives me that too. It's just because I haven't set up order, so you're good.
No, it's because we don't have tokens.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't set
Yeah.
up tokens or order anything. It's cool.
Okay.
All right, let's see how these light orbs do. At a 27, we go. I'm gonna let Ari go first because she rolled the nat 20, but right after them will be these will-o-wisp. Okay, cool. And
Balls of steel.
let's see. So our order very, very quickly. Wait, where did I? Oh, Finbar's down here. All right, I'll just move through it. So Ari, what would you like to do?
Okay, so considering I was probably around about the medium to the back of everything that was happening, what is probably the closest things to me?
So technically these orbs, even though they're lighting about 500 feet down. So you'll either have to literally jump, which will kill you, or Fergus needs to get out. You guys can find a way maybe to help Fergus get up, but unless you have a long range weapon like a longbow that's going to make it that 500 feet.
I have one very, very potent question to the
I am all ears.
entire card. So, beginning of this campaign, I noticed that you said we get 2,000 gold each and 2 potions. Can one of, or can both be alchemist fire? Please say yes.
I mean, sure. I don't know why not.
Oh,
Are you gonna?
Alchemist
Yep.
fire when it's my
Wait.
turn.
We get potions in this campaign?
Yes.
No, you were supposed to. So you get 2,000 gold pieces, and you got 2 items from 2 magic tables.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's what you got. Yeah. So if you choose the alchemist fire off the table, then yes, that you are welcome to 2 alchemist fire.
I'm
yeah.
going to
I didn't understand that at all.
tell my little critters, my little crocodile and my hand and my squirrel, because Ari is the darkest Disney princess that ever did exist. I'm going to get them to find the safest route down to Fergie.
Okay. You want them to find a safe way down to Fergie.
Wait, but Fergie is mid-suspended in air.
Yeah. Give it a second. She just wants to get him down to him. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So you want them to like ride the hand down?
Yep, ride the hand down.
Okay. I'm gonna let the hand have the same dexterity as you. So just roll a dex.
Ooh, okay.
Roll and let's see if the hand can manage to like
Come on, do some handiwork.
down the
All right. Okay, this isn't too bad. We have a 17 plus 3. So, yeah,
20.
20.
Yeah, you for your turn, you cast diddle down the wall, and the hand diddles down the wall with all of your critters like riding it, and it kind of stops level with Fergus, who is floating above all of the stuff, and these balls of light are moving ever closer. And it is the balls of light turn. And these are kind of wispy balls of light. They're moving relatively quickly. And the one that took the arrow that's still kind of poking out of it, if it could look, it would, and begins its upward trajectory with about 3 of the 6. So 4 of them are headed up to the upper level, but 2 of them are staying down with and still headed towards Fergus. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to let them just take their full movement action to get up to the top. The other 2 are going to make attacks on old Fergus.
They can move 500 meters in the turn.
Don't go
no, they
towards
won't make
the
it that
light,
far. I told them to make their full movement. So
Okay.
they're not going to attack anything. Yes. Yes.
No,
Excellent.
Yes. So one of them is going to
Yes.
target Fergus. And yeah. Oh, okay. One of them is going to move and literally float into Fergus. Loop, and float into his body. And it's going
This
to
is
end.
what happens when you get the hurt.
That's non-consensual.
Yeah, and you feel it like bloop into your body. And I'm gonna let you make a dex roll
He's
to
been blooped.
avoid it if you want. Yeah, he's been blooped. It blooped you. If not, then you are going to take some serious force damage. Oh, and you literally can't help it, and the boom, and as it literally enters your body, and as it does so, you feel it suck an essence of your energy, and it's going to do some damage to you. 9 points of damage as it enters your tiny chest cavity.
Oh, Jesus, that hurts, guys!
Help!
Was
I
not-
don't know. I gave
not
you a
awful.
hand.
The second one moves closer to you, Fergus, and is going to attack the kobold that you're floating on. And
No,
it's
not
going-
Kobe!
Yeah, and it you see it like swell in light, and it casts a shock out on the kobold that you're sitting on. So yeah, we're gonna see how that does. Let's see. 21 to hit.
I assume you hold the stats for him. I have no stats for him.
For the kobold. Oh, I've
Yeah.
got. I don't have winged ones, but we're gonna just say usually their AC is like 12 to 15.
Free away, boys. Free away.
Yeah, I'd say it hits.
Let's
but,
go.
Like, I don't have.
Yeah, I would assume so. That's a terribly strong kobold if it doesn't hit at a 21. Yeah, you're gonna take. He takes.
To be fair, he did go to the arena with me. Just to be fair. Like,
Just to be fair, he only takes 2 points of damage as the shock like rings out.
Nice.
Yeah, and the other ones, like I said, they took full movement as far as they could go, and you guys can see them ever growing larger, not because they are getting bigger, but because they're getting closer. Lethera.
How close are they at the moment?
I would say if I look at their speed, so they've come up about 100 feet of the. I would say that they were about 50 feet off the ground, so about 150 feet of the 500 from where you're at. So they're not even halfway.
She's gonna grab 2 arrows. One of them is gonna glow with a white light, brandishing smite.
Oh!
Yep.
Damn!
Which is
Two
gonna
away,
do extra 10
boys.
damage. And then...
So close.
So, here we go. That's 1 attack, 14.
14 does not hit.
And the second one,
Yikes.
26.
Does hit! Woo, goodness, yes. Okay,
Plus
so.
10 damage, 22.
Woo! It takes how much damage?
12 piercing and 10 radiant.
How would you like to wipe this will-o-wisp off the map? Talk to me. How does it happen?
Basically, the arrow impacts and then it just explodes in an even bigger ball of light.
Yeah. And you can see it like rains down this kind of like shiny light dust, which is now falling on Fergus's head below. And the other one the other 3, because you killed 1 of 4, continue moving upwards. One of them still has an arrow in it. All right.
No, don't absorb me anymore.
don't get me. Findus.
That's me. I try to whip out my light crossbow and see if I can't hit one of them. How many are left?
Light?
There are 3 headed your direction, one of which already has an arrow in it.
They're still around 400 feet out, so unless your crossbow can hit it, yeah, tough luck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'll try to hit the one with it out. in it.
Light crossbows have a range of
I was about to say,
Remember,
30, 90.
he's got an advantage aiming down.
yeah, he will have that
Right.
advantage of aiming down, but I've got to
right,
see if it'll actually reach it. So give me 2 shakes of a lance tail. I don't want the bolts. I want the actual crossbow there.
While you're doing that, we are 2 falls away from that 20k mark. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Come on.
Brilliant!
Yeah, it is a ranged weapon. Its range is to 30 to 120. So basically what I'll let you do is, yes, it is falling with gravity, but it's going to like arch as it loses momentum after 120 feet. So you'll take disadvantage on the attack, if that makes sense.
But don't I have like my ring of accuracy with me still?
You do, so that adds a +2 to your damage roll if you hit
Yeah,
them.
so just roll twice.
Yep, so roll twice and we'll take the lower one for your
So-
attack roll.
I'm just gonna click on light crossbow.
Yep, hit light crossbow, and it should roll it. Oh!
Nice.
Holy cow!
First one hits. That is awesome.
Yeah, so the first one, even with it, you manage to like kind of assume what the arch trajectory will be as it falls, and it gets the first one. Do you get 2 attacks? Or 1
He's
attack?
a fighter, so he
I'm
gets
not
2.
sure about that.
He just needs to click light crossbow to get the damage out.
Yeah, so hit light crossbow, let's roll that damage.
Eight shots.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect.
5 + 3.
So,
Five
great.
damage. Because you had disadvantage, so you take the lower of the two.
Yep. And you add 2 to it, right? Because you get the 2 from your ring.
Yeah.
And then it was 3, so 5 total.
No,
all right.
The damage is rolled as damage plus the crit roll, so...
Plus the
basically-
crit, so damage plus the crit is actually, oh, so it's actually more than that.
is,
actually-
7 damage.
Yeah, you actually managed to kill it, the one that already had the
Oh.
arrow in it. Yeah, you knock it out.
Okay.
So how do you kill the one with the arrow?
I just like steady myself. I'll try. I had to aim directly towards it, and as soon as I find a sweet spot, my eyes widen and I take the shot.
Beautiful. Yeah, and it literally like falls and you hear it thunk into it alongside the other arrow, and it and like dwindles. Its light goes out, it flickers out, and falls.
Falls on Fergus.
Yeah, it falls. Like what's left of it like falls.
It just like falls apart. All right, as it goes.
Genesis, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
He does get 2 attacks as a fighter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't take it. Yeah, so hit it again if you want to take another one.
So I'll take another one,
Okay.
and that's a 12.
So you'll take the disadvantage 12, so the 12 doesn't hit, so you miss that one. But you get the first one. All right.
All right then.
Genesis.
How can I really screw this up for everyone? I mean, I could set all the bodies on fire down below us and make a lot of smoke that would smell really bad.
This is true.
I could do that, but
You can do whatever you like.
If it's in range, that's the issue most of the times.
Oh, I just gotta drop it. I just gotta.
Yeah,
drop
it would
over
just
the
it would
edge.
burst upon impact.
Yep. I'm gonna skip. There's nothing. I don't have any bows. I'm gonna have to skip.
That's okay. Hold up, they're coming to you. Don't fret. They're on their way up. Finbar, it is finally your turn. Excuse me. Yeah, it is Finbar's turn.
Yeah, nice. And that's 20k. Boom. There we go.
Oh,
Fucking
So
hell.
what does that mean?
Fuck if I know. I mean, it's cool.
We all got money, right?
Pretty cool. It's
20K.
like seeing the number go up from 19 to 20. Good job, everyone. Dope. Also, we're about to hit 10k on YouTube. We're like a couple away on YouTube, so let's do 20k and 10k in the same day. Let's go. Dope. But I'll do a little thingy after the game, I guess. Finbar, I haven't got shit, which is like 400 feet. I've got a dagger, a rapier.
Dive. You know you want to dive.
I do have Thunder Wave, which
Ooh.
would move everyone.
And all
Ah.
bodies, yeah.
Yeah, Thunderwave has a
I'd be
range of
bad.
5 feet.
Exactly what I'm thinking.
The sound travels 100.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it'll ring, but it won't. Okay. Yeah.
I know. So we're 400 feet away from these things. We're on a precipitous ledge right now,
We are. It's
And-
about 5 foot wide.
and we're right to jump. It's oblivion below.
Correct. And by oblivion, it means death.
Yes, oblivion. Yes, not Elder Scrolls 4. Okay. I'll hold my action. Yeah, I'll hold my action. When one of these things gets close enough, I will probably cast Shatter on it. But I have
Okay,
to be
cool.
within 60 feet, so.
All right, Fergus.
Fergus is gonna cast Color Spray and try and run away on his kobold.
Okay.
Good.
Whoa! Holy shit! Yeah.
It's
okay.
it's one of the HP ones, so you have that much HP to blind as many as within range.
Yeah. Okay.
And the second number is my D20 for the surge. I added it to the thing.
Okay, so you can technically one of them's inside your body, so until you actually move, it won't like release itself. But the other one, you can kill in a hit if you want.
Not true. His kobold's constantly in a state of movement because he's on top
This
of
is-
it.
This is just Color Spray, so I wouldn't kill it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, great.
I'm literally just distract and fly away.
And fly away, which is what you did. Yeah, you notice one of them, it lets out like a "ee!" and as you fly away, the other one pops free of your body. And you begin your trajectory upward. I don't know how fast a flying kobold can fly, how far it moves, or a winged one.
Say 120 feet.
I was thinking 120.
It's in
yeah.
Inferno's Guide to Monsters, right?
Correct. It is 30 feet. Okay, we descend at 30 feet per round. Okay. Yeah. Wow, it doesn't fly near as fast as.
I mean,
those are boots. That's not what I wanted at all. I'll make it up. Because I can. because I can. So I would say 120 feet seems pretty reasonable. So you're able to actually raise above the two that you left behind, up to where the other three are kind of hovering. Yeah.
Maybe not so much towards them. Maybe I'll sort of like go on a vector away.
Yeah, you like take a curve. Yeah, and you kind of actually head towards Ari, who was kind of at the back of the line for as you guys entered, and they're not headed quite towards them. They're headed to the people at the front. So
Finbar, Ari, what was inside me?
Herpes.
Many things.
many. Okay, and we will move
Mostly
back around to Ari.
Very much.
All right, so I'm guessing at this point, I could probably get my critters to come back up to me safe and sound without too much of an issue, kind of thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I have to look after my critters, you know.
Right. They actually, they're kind of like a self-serving team. As soon as Fergus starts to come up, they follow him. You can see the hand starts to kind of scutter up the wall.
Cool. So I'm gonna attempt to stab one of the orbs.
Okay. They haven't quite made it to you yet. They're not up yet.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's try a nice running, flying, leap, jump, just pure insanity. Rah!
Okay.
I am Wonder Woman.
There goes Ari.
What?
Okay. So let's start with
Ari.
the dex to make sure you just
Okay.
manage to actually connect with it with your dagger.
Okay, 15.
Okay, that's enough to actually land it. And your weight, when you hit it kind of almost like if you hit a bird in the air, like, "Wah!" And you guys begin falling as it's trying to the orb is trying to keep the two of you up. Roll.
I made a huge mistake.
Since I was heading towards Ari, can I try and steer to try and intercept and maybe catch?
Can your winged kobold hold the both of you?
Probably not. I'm not saying it's a good idea.
Okay, yeah. If you want to, I mean, it's technically not your turn. You'll have to wait. She'll have to. She'll have to roll to see if you actually do the damage on it. So roll to actually hit with your dagger. Add your dex.
7.
Okay.
Yikes.
You're gonna. Oh.
No. It doesn't do any damage. You managed to land it in this light ball, but you guys are falling. You're kind of glide falling pretty quickly. Past, and you see Fergus pass whoop, on his winged kobold as you and this light orb, you're hanging on for dear life, but you haven't done any damage to it. Probably because it's not a magical dagger.
That's all I could do is be like, well,
Well played,
Yep.
Aaron.
I made a huge mistake.
Well played.
Well played. So the other two that were already headed to the top get almost there. They travel another 100 feet or so. They're about halfway. They've hit the kind of 300 of 500. They're about 200 feet down from you. And the other two that were chasing Fergus are now going after Ari, who is hanging from their light friend. From the light friend. And they are, all three of them, including the one you're attached to, are going to cast shock on you.
Nope. No.
Yes! So...
Probably a reflex save to see if she can hold on while getting shocked too.
We'll get
Ooh.
there. All right. 13 to hit.
Dodge him. Just backflip.
Oh.
Backflip on it.
Does that one hit?
No. 14.
No?
14.
Oh, okay. All right. Next one tries at a 15.
Oh, bugger.
At a 15, and for the funds of it,
I have to ask.
20.
I have to ask. She doesn't have full mobility. She's currently dangling from something. Would that be considered a grapple state? She has.
It could technically be considered grapple. In this case, I'm letting her use her dexterity as the means of handling that grapple.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to roll the first.
She's just holding on to this blade just with it.
Nope.
Yeah, so the first one does 7 points of shock damage on you. The second one does critical shock damage on you.
48.
Comes the crit.
Yeah.
Come on.
And-
ones.
Oh!
So in total, you
come
take
on.
28 points of shock damage.
I have two hit points left.
You're doing better than me. I would have been dead.
Oh boy.
And
Reflex
you
to
and
hold.
the orb continue to slow fall as the three of them kind of the other two surround you. And yeah, that's my turn, or that's the Wisp turn. And we return to Alethra.
Alethra, yeah.
Alethra. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it right. I apologize. I'm horrible with names.
Question: There's
Alethra.
only one wisp left going up, right? There's only one left going
No,
up.
there are. Oh, correct. There is only one continuing because Ari pulled the one down.
Okay.
So there's one that's gonna be within the 200-foot range.
Okay.
Hashtag helping.
How would you like to proceed?
You're doing so well.
So it could go horribly wrong, because this is a golden opportunity for Alethra.
Come on, throw it at me. Let's do it.
She's shooting the one Ares holding on to.
Okay.
Are you mad,
you
woman?
Go for it.
You go
You-
first thing?
That's a miss.
Nope. That's branding smite. That's a bonus action.
Oh, that you're right.
That's the
Okay.
biggest one she hits.
Okay, great. 16 does not hit, but the branding smite does. So 6 points of damage on one of them.
12 is higher cost.
Oh, great. So 12 points on the one that Ari is connected with.
Does that shock Ari?
And a 28 hits, I think.
The 28 does hit. Yeah.
Rip
For 12
Barry.
points of damage.
I know. Does the branding smite hit Ari too? Is it a?
No,
Is it?
it's single target.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
It just hits the orb.
You
So-
literally take the one that she's connected to, that is their saving grace as they are light falling to the ground,
Yeah.
and you kill it.
just killed a parachute.
So talk to me about how talk to me about how you kill this.
falling.
Well, that would mean that
I
one has to
believe
die. Okay, 2 arrows.
I
Both
believe
into it.
I believe that. So let's talk about death.
So, we're just gonna keep going, and we'll have Ari deal with Ari in a minute. Vindus, how would you like to proceed? There's one that's in the 200-foot range. There is 2 that are not.
I'll try to attack the one that is in the 200-foot range.
Okay.
Also,
Give it a go,
2d10 of
go.
healing for Ari from Sniper Sean. Thanks, Sean.
Fantastic.
Thanks
And
again for helping, Sean. And 15.
15 doesn't hit. I'm sorry.
So
I
I'll
got
try
excited for no reason just to fuck with you.
Wait, would that be a healing potion?
It sure can be. As Ari falls to her death, she looks fucking hot.
She looks so beautiful.
She
Ari,
looks so beautiful.
Ari, you look so hot right now. It's a great look.
Thank you.
The only-
Impending doom is a great look on you.
It's the falling to your death that turns me on.
I'm gonna make a new line of panties about this.
Death by Ari.
the only issue is, we can't see her.
So, but Matthew, don't you get a second? You
That's
are a
right.
fighter, so you get 2.
I was trying to get a second, but and all that commotion.
All the commotion, yeah. Just go, keep rolling it for me, and I'll be. 17 does not hit.
It's monster.
Does not hit.
So
So
there's a-
passes.
Fly right past him.
Yep.
on
Ari,
YouTube.
as you are falling, arrows are swinging past you. Oh, we got some more healing for old Fergie
Yeah.
too.
10 healing
Cool,
focus.
cool.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, for making sure our characters don't die.
Thank you. It's so
God.
needed.
Great. Next up is Gyrenesis. Gyrenesis?
Yeah. you
Yeah,
got
I got it finally.
it. I don't have any range, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm gonna help.
Okay.
I got. I don't know.
Wait, what are you throwing down at Ari?
Alchemical fire.
Oh, you're gonna toss them down to the bodies?
Idiot.
Okay, are you tossing
No,
both of
I'm
them? Or
not.
just...
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm just insulted.
What are you thinking, man?
Something wrong
So,
with you. Something
It's
wrong.
like Ari with the sloth all over again.
You're like Fergus, but worse.
the real question is, what would you like to do?
I can't hit anything, and if I try to and miss, even if I hit, the alchemist fire is still gonna light everybody on fire, and I only have.
It will do
fire.
that.
all I have is throwing knives and alchemist fire, and it's like.
All right. Well, Finbar, is there anything you
I'll
want to
pass.
do? Can you do anything within 200 feet?
I'm gonna pull an Ari. I'm like, Ari, I'm coming for you. and then like the only heroic thing that Finbar has ever done in his life, because he thinks she looks so great. I want to look as good as you.
Death is an attractive look.
God, I'm so attracted to the near death of this sort of situation, and I'm gonna jump, and there's one still coming up, right? So I'm gonna pull an arrow and try and jump into it, and like pierce it, so it like parachutes me downwards, so I can get Ari.
You're gonna Mary Poppins to the bottom and save her.
Well, I'm thinking like I'm gonna try and streamline myself, so I'm like an arrow. I'm going faster than Ari's falling down,
Okay, so let me get a dex. Let me get a dex, and then I'll let you actually.
Hang on. Let's throw one question in there. Oh, Ari was slow falling, but for how long? Like how close? She could.
Oh no! She was slow falling when it was alive. The one she was attached to. It's dead now. She just straight falling.
How long was it slow falling for? Like, could she have knocked off a good like
6 seconds.
100 feet?
Yeah, she would slow fall for about 10 seconds, which is about half the distance.
6.
It's not bad.
So
Around a 6.
is this a save?
So, Will, what did you roll for your dexterity?
Is this a save or is this a check?
The dex is gonna be to see if you can actually like nail it. Yeah, it'll be a check basically, a dex check. I would take your athletics since you want to be so snazzy about it.
Oh,
She's a 3-story high diving into a body pile of corpses.
Come on now. The one good thing I've ever tried to do in my entire life. 13, it's not great, I won't lie. This feels bad. This was a mistake.
Oh no.
This was bad. Oh God, no.
It's bad idea.
Hurry, I'm sorry.
Since you are trying to stab it as well, I'm going to give you the actual attack on it to see if you do any damage. So you can attack it with just the bare arrow.
God, no.
Oh God.
Everything is wrong.
I feel like Finbar.
The secret to the attractiveness of falling is not panicking and flailing so much as you do.
He's like,
whereas Ari is just still there and her like,
Mistakes were made.
Spiral of
Christ.
Was Phil the Cardia 7.
Yeah, I haven't had to do anything to kill the lot of you today.
haven't got this.
Taken your.
I haven't got this at all.
Yeah, Finbar, you aim, and it's one of those like Wile E. Coyote moments where you realize just too late that it was a bad idea, and the arrow just misses, just like whoop, just past it, and you had that moment in arrow, you're like, uh-oh.
Oh God.
And you start falling.
And he actually raises up a sign that says, "Help."
Help! Yeah, right before he falls.
I'm like Gandalf on the Balrog falling down, like
oh my gosh.
That's basically exactly what it is.
This is where like somehow her history with dragons miraculously Deus Ex Machinas it. This is a hint to you, Dad. The amount of my dragons just come in and I'm like, oh, I'm okay.
So
Dragons.
Hey,
it
Chelsea,
is Fergus's turn, yes.
people are definitely gonna die this campaign.
People are dying this campaign. For this game.
There will be
Fergus,
casualties.
would you like to try to catch Ari or Finbar?
Fergus has realized that he's not running to be saved anymore, and actually 2 people have decided to fling themselves off the cliff. So I don't know if you'll let me do all of this in one action, but I have a crossbow, I have a rope.
Okay.
I took the sovereign glue as my magic item. I'd like to sovereign glue the rope to the bolt and fire it between the 2, so that hopefully... Yeah, that was the magic item I took.
For ingenuity, fuck yeah.
And I want to try and fire it so they can both at least catch it and just get rope burns rather than straight out death.
Remember
Okay.
the charity shops.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember.
But there's one problem. There's one problem though. There's one problem. Fergus is above Ari. Ari is below.
Oh yeah, I'm shooting down.
He's
I'm
shooting down
propelling it
between
downwards.
her and
Stop
Finbar to get the rope
finding
to
problems.
Yeah, there are no problems. This whole fucking
Everything
shit is a
is
shit show.
fine.
It's all a problem. It's all a problem.
I've got enough problems.
One big
How much can that
So,
cobalt carry?
Fergus, you nail it right through the middle of him. And Ari, you see this rope, this arrow and rope, like past you and ting into the wall about 100 feet before it, like where the ground's at. And it is actually your turn. So, would you like to grapple for it or reach for it?
I would indeed. In
I
my
thought you would.
calm state of impending doom.
There it goes.
Let's do this.
Okay, how much rope did you shoot? Is it 50 feet, Fergus?
Yeah, it's 50 feet.
Okay, and we're about 100 feet off the ground. So here comes the fun part. Make the dex to grab it.
Ooh, wee. Okay. Well, a 20 again.
Ooh, dirty? Dirty 20?
30-20.
You grab that rope like a champ. Just like you see it and you see your opportunity and you begin falling with the rope because it hasn't like become taut yet, so you can swing. Like you're gonna swing against the wall, and you're still kind of falling as it begins to catch, and Finbar is just kind of starting to pass you.
Can I maybe reach out to grab him?
He can reach out and grab you on his turn. Yeah, you can put your arm out to help him, and you know what? I'll give him advantage on the catch since you have your arm reaching for him. All right, next up, please, Drow. Do something.
Coolest save ever.
Do something.
He's like, 2 half elves.
The other 2 balls are chasing Finbar down back into the pit, and one of them is still headed up.
The ball is no issue. 2 half elves. Yeah, that rope.
Ooh, nope.
Nope.
Shoot. There's just so much chaos going on. So many people freaking screaming as they jump to their deaths that you can't concentrate enough to try to ping this light ball with your bow. And we
He wasn't going for the light ball.
Yeah.
She was going for the rope.
Oh, you want to like hit the rope that they're trying to swing on? Oh, well, I mean, at a nat 1 and a 12, you still don't hit it because it's like, I mean, it's just like a tiny thing of rope. But Ari, you hear 2 arrows past your face as you're trying to save your own life. And Drenesis.
Knowing this and watching as our dearest friend is trying to shoot everyone.
You don't know that she's trying to do that because it's too far away.
True, it's very dark.
It is very dark. Well, the light balls are adding some luminance. So anything that they're near, they're adding light to.
I'm gonna pat Vendus on the back and I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna go buy myself a face mask and I'm gonna walk back.
And you start, he's like, it's not worth it. I'm out. I'm so out.
Back to the market.
And you start heading back to the market.
I'm done.
So much worse than Fergus.
Howard!
This is not my adventure, guys.
Finbar, would you like to make a dex save for yourself?
This guy. Yeah, yes, I do. I see Ari's hand. I'm like, Ari, I'm coming to save you.
As you're free falling.
Ari just kind of accepts this, you know.
Do I look beautiful, Ari?
Finbar's delusions of grandeur at all points.
Is this a
This
save?
is where instead of reaching out to grab his hand, she just like strokes his face and just like, of course, darling.
Oh my god.
Is this a dex save?
It is a dex save.
With advantage? Okay.
Yeah, for her hands.
Oh, 17.
Oh, that's pretty
19.
good. Oh, yeah. Your connection to one another, it's like magnets. Your hands are just like magnets. That was enough to add enough weight that the rope goes taut, and you guys are now swinging to the opposite wall. You're gonna slam into the opposite wall, but you have hold of one another.
Just as I planned.
This was my plan from the whole beginning. Okay.
Except, of course, it is now Fergus's go, isn't it?
It is now Fergus's
And
go.
he
Don't
thought
you
he was
dare.
being so clever, firing the rope down for everyone to catch.
Yeah.
But he is a tiny gnome on a tiny kobold, holding a rope with 2 half elves
I swear
that
to
have
God.
just gone taut on it, and he's gonna start plummeting, I imagine.
This is true. As long as you still have a hold of that rope, you will begin plummeting with them. I picture. You like don't realize it's just another wily kind of moment. You like don't realize and you see them beginning to go, and it literally like, and I'm gonna have you make a a strength to make sure you can actually hang on to the rope if that's what you want to do. It may also just rip free of your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm
the
sorry.
rope like tings free of your hand. It like pops free, and the arrow has like nailed into the wall, the opposite side of you. So it's attached into a wall, and they're now free swinging Tarzan style against they're about to hit against the other wall. Oh my God, Ari.
Would the arrow snap free? Because it's still only a single arrow.
We're not there yet. So you guys swing into the wall, and just for the hell of it, I'm gonna roll a D20, just to see.
Oh God.
And I rolled a nat 20. So.
Is that good?
Wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, so what I'm gonna say is that the arrow manages to hold while the two of you hit the wall, but both of you are going to take 2d6 worth of damage, basically.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So both of you take 6 points of damage as your body smashes against the wall. And I need both of you to make a strength check to make sure that you can hang on to the rope.
Ari
And
died.
I have 1 health because I got that bit of I got 1d10 back earlier from my health potion, which made me overwhelmingly beautiful, which caused Finbar to jump down the hole after me.
That was 2d10, I think. That was
It might have been 2d10.
Oh well, I think it was 2d10, but I only got 10 back.
Well, then,
from it.
when you rolled it.
Yeah, when I rolled it, I only got 10 back. So I am now currently at 1 HP.
Make the strength check, Ari, and let's see if you can manage to hang on.
Oh boy.
Because I did roll it, but
I was about to say, because if you don't, you're falling on Finbar's face. You're about to.
Not the worst thing that could happen. 17.
So Finbar manages to hang on even after taking the damage.
What is the strength check you said?
It is a strength.
Come on, Ari.
Well, that would make it 17.
Ooh, okay. You all two managed to hang on, but just barely. You can feel like the weight of your body after you smash against the wall. Your arm almost like pops from its socket as you're like holding your own body weight and dangling about 50 feet now off of the ground. The arrow is not going to hold.
I have a crowbar.
Yes, I have magnetic pants.
What you notice as both of you are hanging there, these 3 wisps that are left, the air begins to fill with whispers. These like dark, crooked whispers.
Out of my head.
And you hear this unintelligible roar like thunder as it echoes through the caves. When it echoes down to you, and the wisp disappear and vanish, just like shoo, and you're left standing in this absolutely quiet cavern full of hundreds of thousands of dead corpses hanging 50 feet off of the wall.
No light.
And now no light.
Ari, is it strange if I say this is the most romantic thing that I've ever done?
Ari's just gonna look at him with a like understanding, like.
Jesus, Finbar, Ari gets a look. She just passes you a look.
Can I make a recommendation for Ari or for Will? You guys both should have extra rope in your backpack. If you manage to tie extra rope on, you could.
Yeah, I mean, you could take the 50-foot fall, but you're gonna take fall damage from it. Like you might. Ari may not survive, but
Ari won't survive.
Yeah, Ari won't survive it.
Damage.
Yeah, I was about 50 feet's pretty hard.
I'll catch you, Ari.
Yeah, I'll catch you. I'll catch you with my face. And
just breaks my neck and kills us both.
This is the most romantic thing that's ever happened to me. We are technically out of combat if anybody wants to try to take action, but I would minimize your movement since the arrow may not hold.
Okay, Fergus will cast dancing lights.
Oh, okay. Diddly diddly do. They dance across, and you guys can see that they're hanging on for dear life, and the arrow that's in the wall is like.
Can I make a perception? I want to see what the hell the man
What the hell? What?
made the roaring noise from earlier.
You see absolutely nothing.
Okay, I have a torch. I'm gonna drop the torch over the edge because I don't want to be seen. I'm gonna start.
Okay, so you drop the torch over the edge. It falls very, very quickly. It almost goes out and hits the lot of bones and corpses and remains at the bottom. And you can now very clearly see Ari and Finbar hanging on for dear life.
I'm gonna leave. I start leaving.
And you peace out again. Yeah, you peace out again.
I'm gonna continue.
Fuck
Fergus,
you,
anybody,
guy. Fuck you.
Ari, out of the corner of your eye, you see your hand. As it's coming down the wall, your menagerie is coming down the wall to you, and it realizes it doesn't have a second hand to offer you, and it's in a big dilemma right now because it's only.
It says like I am but one hand.
I have but one hand, and he's carrying the rest of your menagerie on your back, and your hand gets the idea to scutter up the wall and roll me a strength. It's going to try to reinsert the falling out arrow. It's going to try to hold it in place for you.
Okay, come on, hand. Oh, fuck. Sorry, bugger. What? 3.
What?
Fuck him.
3 is what the hand rolls?
No.
Yeah, that doesn't work. It touches the arrow, and it actually accidentally wiggles it free of the wall.
This isn't handy! This isn't handy!
You are the worst hand.
You be better, hand.
From above, you guys can hear. Are you guys all right?
No!
What do you think?
How far up is
Will, why don't you take the weapon
yeah, crap.
and try to insert another weapon into a wall to stop the falling?
I'm trying here.
So they are dangling about 50 feet from the bottom. You are about halfway up, Scrat, or Fergus is about halfway up. So you could potentially make it to them.
halfway up? How high is that for me?
About 250 feet from the bottom. So you could go at least 100, what I say, 120 earlier on your kobold.
Yeah.
Or we can try to let them take the damage, though Ari is not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something here.
Try away.
No, go ahead, Okay. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna say, Ari, it's close now. Death is near, but I've got one last trick up my, and I'm gonna rip off my underwear,
Oh no.
which doubles up as a baton. In circumstances, the what might be described as a drill on the end of this piece of underwear. I'm gonna try and just stab it into the rock. With my, I call it the drill though, and I'm gonna try and just stab it in there. And
You know what? For the hell of it, I give it to you. And didn't somebody roll a wild magic surge that said when they were attacked, there was an army of kobolds that came to save them?
I think Irvin's one is when he kills something.
Yeah, well,
10d10.
everybody's pretty much killed something. So you see Finbar rip his own underwear off.
55 kobold. 55 was it kobolds?
Yeah, kobolds.
Yeah, kobolds. And you hear the strange, thunder of a lot of tiny feet. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 da. Half of them are winged, half of them are not. And across all of these bodies swarms these kobolds that come in.
I'm imagining everything shaking.
To avenge.
Yeah. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, da, da.
One of the Valkyries
They
just
come to
starts
avenge
flying
the
and then
west.
they swoop.
Say what?
Next creature slain by me is avenged by 10d10 kobolds, so they come to attack.
Oh, so they're coming to attack. So they're trying to.
Right.
So they're on the ground. Oh, I thought they were avenging you. I see.
Nope.
Well, they're here in force of 55, and the kobolds
Oh, God.
swoop in and grab Ari. One of them grabs Finbar,
As
and
I
they
dangle
are
inanely.
from your own underwear.
From your own drill dough.
Yeah, and you TPK by kobolds. This is and they pick you lot up and they toss you onto the ledge, the upper ledge, and begin nose diving towards you. The rest of the kobolds are like, and they're stacking on top of each other, trying to climb from 500 feet down up. They're climbing up one another, but it's going to take them some time. But the winged kobolds are now currently basically doing a dive. And Ari and Finbar have been like just tossed at your feet as they get ready to attack you.
Can I alchemist fire and then dip?
Like before you were to do that, could Fergus on his winged kobold try and persuade them that we are friends?
Sure,
Like,
you can.
I don't know if
Sure
kobolds
you can.
speak a different language, but I will
Come
cast
on,
comprehend
Fergie.
languages on myself
Okay.
and
The fifth
try
day.
and discuss.
Look to the
like,
Fergus.
You got us into this mess. You should get us out of it.
That's kind of where Fergus is right now. A little
Yep.
bit.
Yep, that's a little bit where he's at. So yes, you absolutely can try to persuade them.
Can
with
I
a-
use my Tides of Chaos to make that an advantage? Or do
Sure.
I have to declare before I roll?
Why not? The hell, today's
Sweet.
been a chaotic mess, anyways. So with
Awesome.
advantage at 18, yeah, you can communicate and persuade them. Please tell me, what do you say to this army of kobolds?
Oh Jesus. I sort of head over and go,
No, do not attack us! Look at my magnificent clothes and kobold!
and sort of like I completely ignore Ari. I'm trying to deflect away,
Okay.
and with my shining beacon of a bow tie, distracts their attention away. Like,
No, look at me, we're friends, we can be friends. Why don't we all play cards? Does anyone have any cards?
I have dice.
What? What
Yes,
if
dice.
you hear a kobold way down at the bottom of the pit go, "Is he talking to us? I think he's talking to us. He said he's our friend. We don't have any friends." And they start chatting amongst themselves and become extraordinarily distracted as to whether or not they should become your friend. And Ari, would you like to get up and run?
She's gonna do like the very cartoonish, like
Yeah. Yeah.
sneak away.
You guys are able to kind of escape as they're arguing amongst themselves. And there's only one way. As you continue down this kind of narrow 5-foot path, it leads you into through an archway into a rotund room that's actually well lit. And you noticed on the ceiling there is extraordinarily beautiful stucco. And in one panel of it is this extraordinarily gorgeous gold dragon. And that is where we will end today's.
Oh, Finbar, it's
Session.
almost as beautiful as your impending doom.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Woo! We
Sorry.
did it!
That
Chelsea,
was
what
great.
color did you say?
No one died, guys.
Better at it.
And that was the main.
Somehow
This,
we lived.
I have 1 HP. No one beginning of
And you
next
are now
week.
in the
I
bowels
almost
of the
got
Galleria,
you,
yeah, of Grundrundi's Galleria. All right,
We
yeah.
haven't had a
boy.
rest for 2 weeks. Fergus has no more spells. He's
Yeah.
got nothing. Like,
Amazing, amazing. Well, my friends, that's what we're going to wrap up tonight's episode of Great Gallery of Grundrundi. If you guys enjoyed it, whew, please do let us know, because that was tense. That was intense. I loved it a lot. Wow. Let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Of course, if you guys enjoyed the show, hit the follow button and join us. Also, we're like 1 away from 10K on YouTube now, so let's go. Someone make it happen. And wow, that was fun. Chelsea, great job.
Thanks, guys.
Chelsea, what did you think about today's show?
As usual, I simply show the fuck up. I show up.
Right.
And you guys tell me what it is I'm supposed to do, and I just lead the shenanigans. So, of course, I had a blast. Thanks to all the viewers that donated. You guys make this such an easier job for me in terms of storytelling. So thanks. And next week, maybe we actually will kill someone.
Amazing. Madame Gandalf.
Oh lordy, I freaking love this campaign. You know how they always make the joke of how every D&D campaign starts off like Lord of the Rings but ends up like Monty Python?
Yeah.
I feel like we just started as Monty Python,
Yeah.
and as we have gone on, it's become more and more. We're like full on Life of Brian, Holy Grail right now, you know? And I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun to just be kind of ridiculous and play a character that is so selfish and ridiculous. And yeah, every week it's something new, and I always look forward to it and have a huge blast with everybody else who's playing, as well as Chelsea. Just your DMing is magnifique.
Oh.
Amazing. Scraticus.
what a ride. Oh my god, like, how much trouble can I get one party in one session? Is,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm having a whale of a time, but Fergus is not the character I expected him to be, and he is beautiful in his own little way. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I can only really mirror Matt Gandalf's content. Comment that Chelsea DMing is just on point. It's easy to flow through chaos with a good DM. So
That's all.
yeah. You guys can find me on Twitch. Yeah, click on my name. And Twitter and all that. I've got a campaign on Mondays. I'm starting another campaign in a few months, and I'm planning another academy at the end of the month on a Saturday, doing a 12-hour stream for a second academy. And Chelsea, I would like to talk to you about that afterwards. So now I've seen your face light up like that. Excellent. Yeah, that's me.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Let's go to Burger King, Matthew.
That's me. So, this campaign was the craziest campaign I've ever took part in, even more crazy than Shoals of Beauregard, right? And that was pretty nuts. But yeah, I had a wonderful time with all of you. Yeah, this just really made my day. Hey.
Awesome.
And as for me online, you can find me at Twitter and YouTube under the same username at Burger King. And I get that name from something special, and I figured it would just be funny to make a pun at Burger King.
Nice, nice, awesome. Irvin.
Thanks.
Thank you, my friend. Irvin.
Yeah, I've had a great time, especially when I could actually let the treacherous nature of the drow show through. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get Finbar. Again.
Ah, you'll never catch me.
I'll get you. I'll get you, somehow. Trust me. Even if I have to fork out 100 for it. I'll get you.
Amazing. And Irvin, where else can we find you online, my friend?
You can find me here on Twitch. I think I'll be streaming a little bit tomorrow. I need to decide if I have the energy for it, because I still have crap ton to do at home and other stuff, so yeah. But basically just twitch.tv/IrvinLady, that's me. I stream stuff like XCOM, Path of Exile sometimes, stuff like that, basically.
Awesome.
Just whatever I feel like.
Nice, nice. And last but not least, Christini. Wait, I don't know how to say that. Christen.
Got it.
Nailed it.
Got it. Nailed it. This was not at all what I expected, and I gotta say I loved it for every. Yeah, not exactly what I expected when I tried swiping a bag of rings or pulling up a sleeve or suddenly having a child. I gotta say, it's not how I expected kids to be brought into this world, but I mean, it was something else. I loved it. Hoping to do it again sometime. Hopefully I can get some kind of a gas mask in. That's for the to-do list, but
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm just hoping to play again sometime, and I don't think you guys can find me anywhere but here.
All right. Awesome.
So I'll be seeing you guys later.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, I'm going to stay on here for a minute and we'll celebrate a little bit, but thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Great Galleria of Grunrudy. It has been a great one. It truly has. It has been in the Great Galleria of Grunrudy. You can go and watch the previous episodes on YouTube, of course, and you can sign up and play one of these weeks with us here every Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern when we play. Come along, join in the fun. If you're a beginner to D&D, if you play for a long time, we'd love to have you join us and join in our crazy shenanigans. So until next time, my friends, try not to throw too many net ones, because we want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh no.
Alright everyone, I'm going to stay on here for just a second because, holy shit, we just hit 20k on Twitch and then we just hit 10k on YouTube in the same fucking day. How dope is that? That's really fucking dope. I raise a drink to all my friends, all 20,000 of you out there who have enjoyed Encounter Roleplay over the years, coming on for 3 years now. Shit, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Here's to many more shenanigans, adventures, and natural ones, my friends. It means a great deal to me. I very much appreciate all of you who come here and you watch the shows and you enjoy all the players who come on. Shout out to all the players, all the cast and the crew, and everyone who makes this happen. I won't stay and do a long speech, but I will drink to you, my friends. Get some drinks there in chat. I appreciate it, and I'll see you again on Saturday. I'll see you again on Saturday at 6 PM Eastern for Learn by Play on the Wizards of the Coast D&D channel. A lot of really exciting things have happened so far this year. It's been a fucking great year so far, and we're only in beginning of February. I can't wait to announce some of the things that are coming out in the future for Encounter Roleplay, and year 3 for us is the greatest year that we've ever had here as a team. So over to you guys. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna go host my friend Koibu. He's doing some world building right now. Hope you enjoy some Dungeons and Dragons. I'll see you again soon. Saturday, 6 PM Eastern when you see us again, and then of course pretty much every day, Monday through Thursday, you'll find us watching on the normal season of shows here on the channel. Appreciate it. Until next time, try not to draw too many nat ones. I want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.